soon as the team decides, but instead Chappie gets taken down for Ninja's 8th Elim, and he jukes him out, going straight back up top. Gotaga, does he have the health to take it? First swing comes through, and Ninja goes down.
Yeah, he just needed another Elim to put him back in the game. You got to get that siphon bonus. You don't get the heals. It's really rough, even with the Infinity Blade to heal up, because, you know, the heal time is kind of slow.
It's very slow. You can see the tick going up there. It's not something that you're going to be able to rely on, particularly when other players are getting the siphon off. If they're the ones trading out the shots, they can quickly change HP, and those are long animations. But look at the challenge. The 3 different teams going up, and now it's just the Fish Fam and the Cutter Crew. Lachlan doing everything he can. Zan goes down, but tries to create a little bit of space, eats the headshot from Suzuhu, and disengages.
Cutter Crew finally getting a couple points here. It's been pretty rough for them so far on this map here. Can see this struggle just a bit. The story has definitely been Ninja's supreme dominance so far. He's doing pretty good right here. And even with no health, says, you know what, I'm not going to give away 3 points. Might as well go for it. He was so close.
Yeah, you can see him calling out the whites there on the sword, knowing they only need a couple more shots to get it as we switch back on over to the Cuddle Crew, who've established themselves there, but are still struggling to kind of get the points. The first time we're really seeing them all together, but Clydetex immediately gets ripped from the spawn.
Yeah, Lachlan's team needs to represent. There they are. They're finally starting to score it up. He's got a couple of eliminations. You can see X-Sandy here. 16 Elim, so definitely has some Slayers there.
Yo, they need to figure out their game plan, because they're getting Elims and putting things together. They have solid numbers. They're just not getting the right hill time. Maybe it's go somewhere else. You don't always have to go to the point that's directly in front of you. Go contest someone, or maybe just go mess with somebody at their spawn. Delay them so they don't rotate towards you. Like a number of times, as you said before, you can see where people are spawning. If you want to go deny a team, you can send somebody to deny them. Just know that player is coming back over and over and over with likely more resources than you.
Every single time. And look at this. The Little Whip Warriors approaching that 400-point mark. And in just 1 minute, that new point capture D will be unlocked in the center of the map.
And while they have a solid lead right now, just under 150 points, that disappears in the blink of an eye. That's about 15 seconds uncontested in that middle hill. That's just how valuable it is. But we saw the shift in gameplay that happened. Everybody tunneled it right away, and then the Fish Fam were able to get back up, but after that, kind of cycled it back in, and the center point became the focus and where the win was taken. And right now, Llama Record Co., you said they were struggling at the start. They're doing fine right now in second place, Monster.
They're definitely creeping their way right back up. They're about to hit that 300-point mark there. Here we have Svenos just on the point by himself right now, waiting for Hand of Blood to come on up, hopefully. And again, no surprise, Ninja and his crew has found himself another point.
And the way they've angled this build is brilliant, because if you come up the steps, you're pushing into somebody's right hand, and on the other side, you're blocked off, as Ninja then just drops down Stewart 0-0-0-0, and he gets picked up with the alley-oop from Gotaga, as Gotaga comes up with Magma. 1, 2, 3. Ravens out of nowhere, but the Little Whip Warriors don't care. They're cutting down in 3, 2, 1. You can already see MSYB is down there. Alex JJ down there. Carnifex down there. They're trying to set up control right away. Llama Record go, but the impulses are raining from everywhere.
Hand of Blood really tried to get in there early too, as did every other captain, but it was, to no surprise, not effective.
And you can see that the Chicken Champions are committing to the 3 points right now. Little Whip Warriors as well, while contention is happening down in the bottom. No Infinity Blade Wielder is in there, but the steady climb of points coming out of the Chicken Champions is going to be beneficial. But also, just like that, Llama Record Co. is a little bit off the pace. They need to get the center uncontested. However, this game, they have a lot more attention on them.
Yeah, but look, Fish Fam's doing the same thing they did last time, just slowly, or actually, sorry, the Chicken Champions have adopted the strategy.
Fish Fam are doing it too. You can see they're getting 3 points there. So there's 2 teams who are just hanging out up top, no problem. All the other teams are contesting. Raven's Revenge has control of the of one of the other side. So every hill is occupied and full controlled by a team, not being contested. Everyone else is looking at the middle.
Yeah, and it's actually working. The Chicken Champions are right behind the Little Whip Warriors right now. They're almost in the lead here. They just have to kind of hold it down. honestly, the Little Whip Warriors have to identify what platform they're on and go take it.
Well, this is what happened to them last time. They kind of had a good lead and then stalled out. You need a game plan with the middle platform goes, and you either need to stick to it or, depending on the score, be adaptive. Because right now, Chicken Champions, they're being fine. As long as somebody isn't controlling the middle, they're going to be able to have that lead, and you can send one person to just throw impulses down there over and over. Just be annoying from the top.
Here's Scissors. 6 Elans looking good on this other point, and now he's in the top 3. They weren't even close before, but just by slowly, consistently gaining points here, you can see they're breaking those thresholds slowly but surely, and Little Whip Warriors are no longer in the lead.
Yeah, Little Whip Warriors actually unseated the Chicken Champions there from their control point. They're taking it over. They're trying to get it back, so that's a battle right now. But the Funky Fighters out of nowhere, middle hill, and all of a sudden, just like that, into first place, going to pass 700 in just a second. Nope, get pushed out, and now they're back in there. Tomoya going off right now. Lumberwreck and Co. down there and trying to push him out. And you can see they're contesting it over and over again, but they're not getting the points they saw last game, falling off the pace.
Yep. They are slowly just battling for this number 1. Chicken Champs kind of overtake it now as well. The Fish Fam not too far either. Everyone's so close here in the top 4. Don't forget, you take a victory, you win 55,000 bonus in prize.
And right now, Suzu is going off 21 eliminations. And right as I say that, apologies for the caster curse, but 21 eliminations from the Belgian. He loves practicing his builds in creative and is showing it off here with really clever defensive cone edits up there. But right now, Little Whip Warriors are going at it. Tomoya gets the better of Ninja and he gets cut down, but Funky Fresh Fighters then get sent all over the place thanks to the impulses from above.
I love this strat. He kind of sends out for a second there just to kind of catch a breather, see if his teammates come back. But unfortunately, the timing was just a bit off. And the Llama Record Company now control the middle point. For how long, we will find out here, as this is their comeback story, because they need these points desperately here. Hand of Blood still alive, just long enough to get a couple of more points. But Scissors is playing the long game here, just eating away at the threshold here at the top.
So Suzu isn't grouped with them. I'm assuming they've sent him to just go either watch middle and be their middle control. No, he just came up the backside. There you go. And just like go flying at people as the Kodoku come up in a very well coordinated pinch. 3 from the side, and Scissors gets taken down. But the Funky Fresh, oh no!
No, they got stopped.
1 point.
Well, 1 point.
Yo, so if you are the Fish Fam or Little Whip, right now you have to send somebody to stop them. If that Infinity Blade wielder gets out of spawn and goes anywhere for 1 second, they will win. Somebody has to deny him. It is all on Tomoya. Anywhere he goes, it doesn't have to be the one near him. If he touches the middle, a singular, uncontested second will be the victory for them.
These are the final moments here, Sundown. Look at him. He's got a slight grin on his face. He wants to do it. Is this the point that he's going to make it? Here he goes. He takes the stake. He does miss. He's going back for it now. His team's up there. All he has to do is swipe just a couple of times. Can he win this trade? And he does not.
And as you watch, check the points on the right-hand side. Nobody is climbing up by the 12s. And as they did it, Llama Record Co. gets the control there, but Little Whip contesting them right back. Funky Fresh Tomoya will be back and looking to find it, but the contention is going for the middle. Here's Tomoya. He knows just a second in there. Uncontested will be enough. Can he get it?
Oh,
no, he doesn't. He got knocked down. The impulse grenade at the second he landed knocks everyone out. No one's in there. Can he find it? And he does. That's it. His feet touch the ground. The impulse doesn't go off. Tomoya takes it for the Funky Fighters with some brilliant teamwork.
What an intense endgame, too. Get taken out at 999 points. Really, anything can happen in those final moments.
I'm telling you, I love the Sky Station Showdown. Can't wait for more people to start playing it. And the Funky Fresh Fighter right there celebrating with his team. You can see them just so excited, so happy. Let's take a look at this final replay. Now, again, we talked about it. The impulses being a great denial tool. Right there as the player goes down, sent back out, goes in, but misses the jump monster.
He almost had the flashiest ending ever. Just kind of diving in, wrapping it all up. but it was just good enough. Like you said, he only had to stay there for a bit. And even with the impulse bumping him out, that's it.
And I mean, you saw the impulse explosions the second after going off. The team's doing everything they can, but it was not enough to shut down the Funky Fighters. Tomoya, Kutu, Huzi, Dracius, incredibly well done to take the second match of the first set at the Creative Finals.
Yeah, you know what? I am a Funky Fighter rooter and supporter now. I'm rooting for them.
Really?
I can't
really?
do it.
Okay, just gonna bandwagon right after. Yay, the next team who won, I'm their fan. But no, great performance coming out from them. And it's one thing we talked about, right? The adaptation that happens from match to match. Llama Rekiko was like, oh, we're gonna stick to our game plan. That didn't work out.
Yeah, it really didn't in those end game situations. They really just kind of crept up and snuck and took the entire competition.
They did, and they were able to make sure that they got time in the middle when Little Whip and that team weren't able to get there. Llama Rekiko and Little Whip were going at it constantly. Funky Fresh were just able to step there.
Yep, and that's just kind of how it happens. You know, now they find themselves one step closer to taking the Silver Llama for this set. Because remember, at the end of the day, these are just the games, but they have to take the entire set now. Now the pressure's on.
The pressure is on, but the Funky Fighters have a little bit of pressure off of their shoulders because they know they got that top spot. And we have Pookie standing by on the top deck with the Pooks. What do you got for us?
Thank you so much, Sundown. I am down here with our second game winners here. Congratulations, guys, first off and foremost. Now, I got to talk about the moment where you guys were just sitting. You needed 1 point left to win. What was that like?
I was really nervous. Like, I was just imagining, like, losing with 1 point would be terrible, so we just tried to get one more point, and we did it. So
it was definitely devastating. I was screaming in my seat. I heard all the fans in the audience screaming for you guys as well. So going into the next games, what do you guys think your strategy is going to be? Are you gonna keep doing what you're doing, or going to mix it up a little bit?
I think doing what we're doing is fine, because first game we got second place, second game we won. So yeah, we're going to try and do the same thing and hopefully win again.
And hopefully have more than a 1 point buffer, right?
Yep, yeah, definitely.
For sure. Now, just coming over here to you, what has it been like to be here at the Fortnite World Creative Cup, just playing in front of this audience, you know, hearing everybody cheer for you guys to win? What is that like?
It's fun. That's the only thing I can think of. It's fun to compete against everyone else, meet your teammates, and just have fun.
Yeah, and have you guys had a chance to play together before? Is this your first time playing together as a team?
I don't hear it, sorry.
Is it your first time playing together as a team?
Yeah, it's the first time.
Well, you guys definitely make it look super easy. Thank you all so much for being here and talking to me. I'm going to let you get your synergy back together. Sundown and Monster, back to you up at the desk.
Thank you so much, Pookie, and the Funky Fresh Fighters. I mean, their game plan has been solid. Second place, first place. Now, I understand why you might want to bandwagon a little bit, but I'm still going to hang out with my Llama Rekiko. But I want to talk about the changes we saw from match 1 to match 2 in terms of gameplay, and was it what you expected?
Definitely not what I expected. I thought Gotaga's team was going to come out here and crush it right behind the Fish Fam, but as you can see, huge upsets. Anything can kind of go either which way, and I mean, talk about like kind of beginner's luck or something like that. You just put a team together. They didn't practice. They're just coming out here and wiping players up, so a lot of talented players here at the Creative Finals.
I mean, Tomoya talked about it. He was like, hey, when I picked my team, very confident there with their death run ability. Want to see what they do in the elimination race during World Run, but doing incredibly well so far at Sky Station. That's going to be a confidence booster, because if you can get the Silver Llama there and you're confident in your ability on the World Run, you're set.
Yeah, you're just one step closer. So with the first place and the second place, they're clearly having a good set so far here at the Sky Station Showdown.
Yeah, it's been very well done from them, but it's still anybody's game. Don't forget, the winner of the Silver Llama is the one who has accumulated the most prize money across, which equates roughly to placements, but you don't get punished if you're placing in that bottom half. 4th through 8th, all receiving the same amount of prize money in each one of the matches.
Yes, everyone is a winner, so you really have to fight till the end. game-changing prize money on the line.
And I mean, we've seen the difference, 10 seconds in that center circle, 120 right there. It makes a huge difference, but enough of us breaking it down. We're going to throw it outside to Bala because he's going to show us what's up with the tactics. Bala, what do you got for us?
I'm out here at the Fan Festival, and I don't have a bandwagon here, but maybe after this set I'll have to hop on somewhere with Monster. We got a ton of awesome action. I've been watching it, and I have to show you guys what went down in that first and second games. It was awesome. First off, the Llama Record Company started off with an amazing take. Cohesiveness on the point. Every single time they went up here, they were going from two sides, two angles, and the sword approached at the center, but made sure that he was the most important person not to go down. You see there, Hand of Blood and his teammates all backing up. He's going to have an engagement on the side. These sword fights are really easy for him to just mow it down, but immediately as he realizes his teammates are up on the point, about to get up, about to push the ramps, he comes up from the side, slices and dices. But meanwhile, they ended up falling down the leaderboard. If you look at right now where they're at, they're only in second place. Fishman was ahead of them. But all while Scissors was dancing and talking all the smack, telling his teammates to try to get the crowd involved, it was Llama Record Company making the plan, making the play to get in towards the center. Absolutely amazing take in the center on this first game. Led to Hand of Blood staying in that point and absolutely dominating with the super point there. Guys, 2 matches down on Sky Station Showdown, 1 more to go. We'll see where Monster lands at the end of this because I will maybe join you on that bandwagon. Guys, take it back.
I mean, that's starting to get a little awful crowded, man. Real quick, you guys hopping on those bandwagons. But as you said, there is 1 more regular Sky Station Showdown match in this set. We will see it again later in the remix version during the Golden Games. And it's been so fun to watch the difference of players, who's able to be very strong with the Infinity Blade, how the pinches end up coming. And now in this 3rd match, it's only going to get better from these guys.
Yeah, definitely want to see some more of that kind of team work happening here. And why not just hop right into a game right now, right? Let's go see some more action here because this last game of the set is loading in right now.
Yes, and this will be the final match of this set. Set 1 after this, a Silver Llama will be awarded, and we are in the match. It's Sky Station Showdown. Set 1 about to be over, and here we go.
All right, gotta love those players just kind of beelining out. And don't forget, you know exactly who your neighbors are. You know who is to your left and to your right because you can see the banners and the designs on their spawns. And a nice look at our captains right there.
And right away, you can see a number of teams finding ramp paths where they're able to use their first 5 materials. Next 5, Sword does a double jump. Boom. Right to the top. Chicken Champions excellently executed.
Yeah, this is what matters right here, is stopping the funky fighters because clearly they have been doing some good work together as a team so far. Tomoya is off to the races here, though, sent to run away. Can the Sunshine Soldiers come back? Can the Cuddle Crew make a big appearance for themselves? Because they can really shake it up here. It can go any which way depending on who has the most victories really in the best placement.
Yeah, so currently you will see the fact that they're able to be pushed off right there. Llama Record go putting shots down towards this one. You don't want to peek though because the hunting rifles will be coming out in the shot. Just misses Carnifex right there, and he trades back down. Ninja firing it off, but gets pushed out by Raven's Revenge right there.
Yeah, Carnifex having a tough time kind of listening in there. Carnifex was sniped from the side. Now we have Taldak here jumping right in from the Little Whip Warriors. He's going toe-to-toe. Otaga's down and out.
So, if I'm the Llama Record Company, and I know I've won a match, and then I did okay in the last one, they were in 4th, so they were there, they were close. Monkey Fighters have a win in a 2nd place. Do you send somebody to just hard deny the Funky Fighters the entire time? You don't get the Silver Llama if you don't, right? If the Funky Fighters finish above you, they're going to be finished off. Do you think they can spare somebody to do that, though? Because it's better off to deny them than it is to push up the top.
Yeah, but the problem is then, the Little Whip Warriors have been so consistent, you literally allowed them to snipe the competition because you over-focus. So I think the play here is play your game, and if anything, stay away from them. Let the rest of the server do that, gritty work for you and dominate the other side. Take that victory.
There you go. I like to hear it, Monster. That's fantastic analysis. That's why we keep you around. The breakdown and making sure you challenge the initial opinion there as the Ravens Revenge are able to get on the top and in a fantastic spot of control right now, building up a 40-point lead.
Yeah, even like Gotaga's team is still in this. They've been doing like relatively well so far. Here it is. He just kind of goes toe-to-toe with Ninja. Strikes him right down. Oh, but hey, his teammate comes on in. Ravens Revenge. Who is that? Magma comes right up to the top. And give you guys a little fun fact about Magma. He's from Australia. He started playing in Fortnite Season 2. His favorite aspect of creative mode is actually speedrunning. He always finds new ways to kind of play the game.
I mean, good on him, man. I get incredibly frustrated by that, but then watching these guys do the speed runs and how quickly they go through and how efficiently, it just reminds me why we're up here talking about it and watching them do this creative madness as Scissors cuts through the competition, goes straight up to delay and right back down Cuddle Crew, not quite able to get him. It goes up again, so right now just denying the Cuddle Crew the points, but we talked about how we wanted to see more from them right now, pushing into the top 3.
Yes, the Cuddle Crew, come on, make a big appearance. Every game is worth so much. You, at the very least, want to be up in that top 4 contention so that you can take a little bit more home with you. Here it is, Ninja. Disengages, actually just takes down Magma. And hey, I like the strat here. He says, you know what, I got low health, let's just get back on this respawn wagon. Doesn't even give anyone the satisfaction of stealing the Siphon.
I was about to say, no Siphon, no materials, quick reset, knows he can get out there, was basically in his spawn anyway. That is the type of competitive edge Ninja always looks to give himself.
I love that. That was like 200 IQ low-key right there. It was very well played. But back to Gotaga and Hand of Blood here in the same shot. Hand of Blood just, he can't do much. He knows there's a team up there. Waits for his entire squad to go up the ramp and then hops right to the top. But now back to Gotaga, who's on this point by himself. He wants to kind of bait him into the close. Can he get the hit? And he does. Talnut goes right down, straight to the top.
That was sick, using the jump right as the animation had started to make sure he clipped him from the bottom, dodges the Funky Fresh Fighter out. Gotaga now getting pinched from the side. 3 of the Funky Fresh Fighters up there doing everything they can, and the shots will come out, trying to find it. And Dracius is coming back up to try and get some defense there for Gotaga, instead just going to disengage.
And it's actually prime movement right there as well. You just see him baiting and switching, going back and forth, trying to get in there, see if he can kind of sneak in and get some extra damage. And here it is, someone's in front of him. He only needs 2 swipes. He goes down, he gets the Siphon. Oh, cannot convert another, which would have kept him in the game. His teammates are here though.
We're seeing a lot more points being assorted. It's a little more top-heavy this game, going towards the 10-minute mark right now, with Ravens Revenge and Llama Record Co. 100 points clear of the rest of the field.
Unfortunately, though, the Funky Fighters have fell to the bottom of the totem pole. If they can't come up to the top, they actually are pushing themselves way out of the average, running for the win of this set. So they really need a massive comeback here. But Savenos is showing why he's here with 13 eliminations already, and bye-bye, falls down. Lucky for him. No fall damage.
Yeah, it does reset, and that might be one of those moments where you opt for denying, and in fact, he does saying, hey, I'm at 5 HP anyway. I'll see you in a bit. I gotta respawn.
Smart play for him. Sunshine Soldiers having a spot to themselves as well right now. Not quite sure who they pushed out here, but the impulse are flying overhead. And Gotaga, they're doing so good at holding the point here, and this is why they're in the #1 lead, but they don't have too much cushion to play with.
No, particularly when 12 points per second on that central point B is open. Gotaga checking his surroundings, no shots coming through, and RTA actually using the door edit and just a little counter edit to make sure that nobody is able to come up and contest him, and it just starts raining shots down towards the Little Whip Warriors. Ravens Revenge making their lives difficult this game, but up comes Ninja. RTA goes down, Chappie goes down, Ninja gets the slam. Gotaga, will he be able to find the last hit? Ninja intelligently backs away and strafes it out. Teammate picks that one up, and they get control.
Yeah, I love how he played that, stepping and sidestepping so that he can just stay alive, because it doesn't matter if your team successfully wipes a point. If you don't have your captain there to seal the deal for the points afterwards, then you cannot earn anything from it. Here comes Gotaga. He's thrown himself into the fire, straight into the point there, and he gets taken out. Here it is. Tomaya's team has fallen to last place. Can they make a miraculous comeback here before the 7-minute mark? Maybe kind of get themselves in the running. They're trying their hardest.
And I mean, generally we talk about caster curses. It might be like player jinxes going on right now. Everyone's saying, yeah, we're doing well. We're going to stick to our game plan.
That just shows you no one is safe here. These guys are evolving, and they're playing a better game after game. Here goes Scissors. He needs one more swipe there, but Clyde Tax wins the small engagement.
And Clitax has been fragging out. He's been playing so incredibly well, being aggressive, getting in players' faces, and doing it all with that rare attack. But he's been consistently highest up there in terms of the elim. You see Fortnite trying to get some pressure down, but good defensive building there from Kororo. Ryan Frantic comes out the side and cleans it up, but there is Hand of Blood coming directly down. Danya is also up there. We got a three-way battle, but it's 4 chickens saying, this is our roost, get out.
That's right, coming right up to own it all for themselves. Rubius doing so good right now. He's from Spain. He actually has a record on, was it YouTube for live streaming? 1.1 million viewers, imagine.
Yes, one of the biggest content creators in Spain. Will they be able to push down towards the middle? As you can see, Little Whip and Llama Record Company already down there. We've seen this story before as the Funky French Fighters go in, but you can barely even hear the shots over the impulse grenades going off as everyone's like, no, we've seen how this goes.
The Funky Fighters need this. The Llama Record Company need this. So many of these guys, it's riding on this game right here. They have to get as many points as possible.
But even with the 12-point one, we haven't seen a lead like this from Gotaga Inc. Crew. They are nearly 300 points clear of the next team. Nobody else is contesting there. The Cuddle Crew has now been able to catch up a little bit, but they both just established control in their top zones, and Cuddle Crew won't pass Raven's Revenge by just sticking with 3 points. They're in a fantastic spot to win this match.
Yeah, they've actually been very consistent as well, right? They've been doing okay in that top 4, just doing a pretty good job at staying relevant after all of these rounds. So if Gotaga's team takes this, we actually don't know who can take this set right now. It's actually that close right here. Little Whip Warriors have kind of fallen down a bit here, but Funky Fighters clearly in last place is not good.
And now, right now, you can see Tomoya coming in, doing everything he can to knock it down. Carnifex challenging as best he can, and Lachlan is just hanging out inside the cone.
Lachlan's doing a great job here. He's just kind of hiding, loving the low profile kind of position and take here on the point. He was hidden, but hey, he has to come out now and defend themselves. It's 3 chickens who surround him and take down that Cuddle Bear. Oh, man.
They're supposed to be the tender defenders, but that was a whole bunch of aggression coming out from them there as they now immediately look and start to take shots. And the Ravens Revenge have now finally been unseated from their 3-point game. So a little bit of room to start for the catch-up, but it is utter chaos in Point D as Tomoya gets taken down, and the Funky Fighters are still in 8th place.
There's still 55,000 minimal on this game alone here. You want to win this one. Ravens Revenge, can they hold it? Or will Cuddle Crew find themselves a big piece of the pie here? Because we're in New York City, you know, you got to make pizza references. That's how we're doing it. Here comes Gotaga kind of hopping on overhead. And all right, he wants more points. He's hungry for it.
It's unfortunate they're just clipping off the side as Magma goes down, sitting on 23 eliminations right now. And Kodaga doing his best to find where they want to go up, waiting for his team, but knowing that time is running short since that middle hill is still open and being constantly contested. But the Cuddle Crew are catching up with their steady 3-point game. But now Kodaga goes up right around the back, able to pick up the elim, and control is rested.
This is scary because the Cuddle Crew is also getting points right now. So yes, they're getting a lead, but the Cuddle Crew is keeping it very close. They're keeping it very close.
And this is what we were talking about. We wanted to see a strategy come out, something defensive where you can get your control. They have now walled them off on each side, thrown a cone on top of them, and they have firing angles towards the other 2 platforms and towards the spawns behind them. Nobody wants to go contest them, but right now, Gotaga, oh, we saw what happened when Scissors did that. Don't count your chickens before they hatch because they're catching up right now. You can see that 12 points ticking over, but they do still have a lead as players are trying their best to deny Ravens Revenge.
Yes, you have to keep him safe. This is the protect the president strat at its finest. Cuddle Crew still gaining points. Llama Record still getting points. In comes the fire from all the other platforms. Cuddle Crew's putting on pressure. They don't want to give him the freebie here.
You have to look at Ravens Revenge, though. Everybody is so focused on the middle. Nobody is going and challenging the top team. You know they're over there. You know they're uncontested right now. You have to be putting shots down there. You have to find the tags under Gotaga.
There it is.
And they got him. They got him the difference now. Look at the Cuddle Crew climbing up on their consistent 3, but they still have control of the top. They just don't have their sword. It's 2 hops to get up there.
That's right, and now Lachlan can just sit here. He can just hang out, earn these points. This is what he needs to do, and he's almost there. He is almost there. The first place can be his right now. He can take this lead, Sundown.
but they got control at the same time. It's literally ticking over a half-second away from each other. The shots are going. Cuddle Crew has the lead, though. Will the shot be able to go through? Yes!
Cuddle Crew goes
take it down. 999, 1,000. Gotaga and Raven's Revenge in the closest nail-biter yet. Edge out the Cuddle Crew in two teams who we said we wanted to see more. They brought more.
Are you kidding me? The Fish fans step up and shut it down. Just the fact they stepped on the point, they couldn't earn points and they lost the lead. They were just a tick ahead. That could have been their game.
I mean, it's just, let's check out the replay. You can see the counter in the top right, but the Fish fam going up and challenging on the other side. You can see them hopping up there. No one was at the Ravens' Revenge as soon as they were there, and the celebration too. You have to be excited when you see that Victory Royale screen pop up when you're up there. I mean, what's it like to win a game on that stage? I have no idea. Those guys do, though.
We you know, at some point before the day's over, we really got to recap the other point of a point of view there, because they had it. They were one tick ahead. They were there, knocking on the door, 55,000 away from bonus prize on top of this entire competition. It was right there.
And it got taken away, and this is why I love Sky Station Showdown. The clutch little moments, the interactions that happen, very similar to Battle Royale, where every single thing that is happening on the map can affect the overall end result of the game, as you see there in Raven's Revenge, closing it out. Gotaga, the competitive veteran, able to clutch it up in the final moments. Magma, Arthier, and Chappie as well. Just a great performance out of them, taking the top spot in the final match of the first set.
Now I get to say, I was right the whole time. I started off with, Raven's Revenge, kind of making me feel like, hey, these are my guys. Let's go with your gut, guys, all right? Raven's Revenge, that's who I said when I started this whole thing. I told you.
He's not wrong. They were able to take it there, but we're going to throw it up top to an interview with Raven's Revenge with Zeke. Zeke, you there, buddy?
I am here, son. Now, thank you so much. Fun fact, Monster did in fact say Raven's Revenge would win. I've got your back, Monster. I am here. You guys got your revenge. I gotta ask, first question to you, Gotaga. How does it feel to be here in the stadium, the fans, the roar, and to be facing off against your peers? Was it what you expected?
Honestly, it's crazy, and I have a really strong team. We are learning a lot from our mistakes, and I'm so glad to be here, to be honest. I don't know how to describe it.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy being here. I'm right there with you. All right, so now who's the overall shot caller? Is it Gotaga? Is it you? Who is it?
Kind of all four of us. We were playing too afraid at first, so we just had to go in there and just kill them as fast as we could and then spawn trap. That was our goal.
Okay, what's the strategy like? Are you guys, talking through at the beginning? Are you guys waiting for someone else to make a move? Or are you guys like, no, we're going in first?
Yeah, we're trying to, really pressure Ninja's team. We're trying to put pressure on that green point. And, we were able to control it over them. They ended up wussing off over to the center. And, we were able to play our game and play what we wanted.
Awesome. All right, final question. What do you want to say to all the fans that are here watching, cheering you guys on, and from home?
I don't know, it's just incredible. I'm happy that so many people are here. I don't know, just enjoying the show. It's amazing, honestly.
Well, congratulations, guys. Now, I believe for now, we're going to send it over to Golden Boy, who is standing by.
Going on there, and now what we're doing right now, hanging out as they walk back over, just brilliantly done there from RTA, Magma, Chappie, Gotaga. The teamwork from them was just on point. You talked about it, all four strong players from Gotaga, and they're happy with the final result, and that puts them immediately into contention because it's cumulative prize point to find out who will take that first silver llama and kind of get a leg up for the rest of the creative final.
I actually want to touch on something that, was kind of interesting. He called Ninja's capture point the green point. These guys are like that focus here. He's like, okay, we know who's kind of farming which ones. And they're shutting players down, shutting down their competition so that they can take these sets.
Well, that's the next step, right? As soon as you're immediately in there, and that's the big part for Sky Station that I enjoy, is you have the ability to see where the other opponents are in relation to you for score. So if you want to go and try and make somebody's life difficult, you might not be maximizing your points, but you can effectively help your team the most by just denying the other guys and being like, hey, you don't get to play this. And occasionally, if you put enough pressure on them, maybe they default to rotating the other way. Maybe they go somewhere longer. Maybe they have to wait and only pushes forward. All of those are advantages you can get by just putting pressure on another team. And there's so many different layers, and I think when we see the remix for this, it's going to get even more exciting.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, here and at home, there's a remix version. We have some nice twisted surprise that we will see unfold as the day goes on. That was just our first iteration of this round, and honestly, it was a great set. But that just leaves us with the question, too. The Funky Fighters, they had an amazing opening, right? Second place is great. You get big prize bonus for that. You win game 2, and then you kind of flop game 3. Depending on where they went, their average might have really been anchored down. Yeah, that ends up being really, really, really harmful. But luckily there, if you're in the 4th to 8th range, there's no additional, I don't want to say penalty, because they're all getting $10,000 for the match in of itself. So there's just no additional gain after that fact. You're still able to stay par. So 4th would have been just as bad, but 8th, you're kind of looking like, oh, that'll really bring down the average. It's not the worst case scenario going on there. So they should still be at least in the running, but you can't be comfortable. No. Like, not at all. It's so incredible, and now we are going to go over the stage. We have the results, and your set 1 winner is the Funky Fighters. The last match was not enough. The singular win in the double goes over to them. They will have that first silver llama, and there he is throwing it up, and I mean, you got to be happy for him. They did it. I thought maybe it wasn't enough, but it was. Love this celebration right here. You kind of are like, it's a little, I don't want to say like bittersweet there, but it's like, oh, you kind of like get pushed out in the last game, and then boom, you get it. But now the silver llama, but they're happy. They realize, and the big thing, that gives them a leg up for the rest of the competition. If they can win the next match, another team has to win both of them. But such a great job from the Funky Fighters, sticking to their guns, staying with the strategy, getting 2 top 2 plays finishes, one of them being a win. I actually love this right here. They're all getting together, showing team harmony. They're clearly happy. They take the first set. That's amazing. They're off to the right start, really. They can get another 1 or 2 of those, and this entire creative finals is theirs. Well, and again, we talked with Tomoya beforehand, and he was like, yeah, we're really confident when we can get in the races. We want to be on that world run. We know we can do there. We have some really good runners, and then they turn around and do that? I was just Showdown? Yeah, I was just going to touch it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, this wasn't even their strong suit, right? He did a death run at some point as when he recruited his people for this creative challenge. So for him to take what might be one of our, toe-to-toe PvP sessions, that's actually crazy. And here's the team standings, Sundown. Yeah, look at the final team standings. So Llama Record Code do just get edged out by $1,500 there. The Funky Fighters, you can see on the right-hand side, have been awarded that silver llama. Rounding it out, you have Raven's Revenge in the top 3, Cuddle Crew and Little Whip Warriors both at 55, sitting in 4th and 5th. Fish Fam, Sunshine Soldiers, I almost got that one, 6th and 7th, and then 8th there are the Chicken Champions. But this is set 1 of 4. There's still tons of creative games to be going on. I mean, it's been so good, and like we talked about earlier, we have a never-before-seen map and game mode for you guys. Now, I know we released Prop Hunt. It's something that's kind of similar to that. How many of you guys have played Red Light, Green Light at some point in time, right? You've been there, you've done it. I know, whether it might have been a little while ago. Junkyard Juke is a red light, green light prop hunt version where you will have 2 teams sitting up as guards, 6 teams running. It will rotate through every single one of the rounds, and here you can see how to win. You have to dodge those guards, sprint into the center, and incinerate yourself in order to get those points. There are 4 rounds per match, Monster, and how do they score? Yeah, but also, before we get there, you only get to be guard once. And while you're guard, you do not accumulate points. But yes, the points come in through the props themselves. So when you are on the prop side, you want to choose small, medium, or large objects and try and get it to the incinerator under the guard tower. So it's actually really difficult. And like you said, it's a hybrid. It's a red light, green light / prop hunt style. This is a pretty tough game mode. We've played a fair amount of it. I got my hands on it. This is actually a lot harder than it kind of sounds.
So it's something that is just completely different. I don't know how many of you guys have played Prop Hunt. Definitely check it out. It's on the Creative Islands. It's a lot of fun, but this brings an additional aspect to it. The guards are able to have the denial. You're able to plan routes out, and you can have strategies, right? So, hey, maybe I want to run all big props the whole time.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
There's tons of different things. Let's check out the format and see what these guys, how they're going to go through, what the map looks like, and really get an idea of how the game is played.
Get ready for more creative Fortnite with the latest competitive creative map, Junkyard Juke. This new game built off the fun of Prop Hunt with a twist. 8 teams will rotate through different roles on the map. 6 teams will transform into props and attempt to make it into the center of the map, while 2 teams of guards try to keep them away. Teams will rotate their roles over the course of 4 rounds, each team getting 1 turn as the guards. Their objective? To defend the incinerator from the other teams, armed only with revolvers and their keen attention to detail. During each round, teams of props will earn points by reaching the incinerator in the central pit. The bigger the prop, the more points. But be careful. Being bigger means you're easier to spot. To keep themselves from getting eliminated, prop teams need to time their movements very carefully. Every few seconds, the guard teams will be blinded for a short time, and the center point turns green, giving the props a chance to rush for the hills, or rather, the pit. Once a prop reaches the goal, they respawn at their home base to start over, running as many props as they can before the match ends. If a player is eliminated, they also respawn at their home base and need to start the trek all over again. After 4 rounds, each team's points from their prop rounds will be combined, and the team with the most points wins the game. So keep an eye out for those moving bushes, crates, and gnomes, and enjoy the Junkyard Juke.
Thank you so much, Zeke, for that update. That's Junkyard Juke, something that has never before been seen. It looks kind of a little simple, but it's wacky, it's fun. There's a lot of small little minutia that go into it, things you can min-max on, and also there's just a level of ridiculousness that I enjoy so much. Just seeing somebody turn themselves into a literal dumpster and then try and weave their way past, it's a lot of fun.
Let the memes come to life here as your favorite.
Whoa, you talking about my gameplay again? God, that's so rude.
Turn them into dumpsters, literally. We'll get to see that unfold here as, I gotta say, this is a frustrating game mode. It's very difficult. You guys are gonna see why. It is gonna be tough for some of these guys to bring in those big point objects, and that's just gonna be the name of it. Who can score the most here?
Who can score, and how well are you playing defense? How well do you coordinate? Who is watching the right angles? And it's, again, it's going to be interesting to see. Do they switch up their strategy from game 1 to game 2? Because there's so many different things you can do. But we are about to have the world premiere of Junkyard Juke. We are getting into set number 2. The Funky Fighters have 1 silver llama. Who will get the second? We now are in to set 2, match 1, and right away you can see Chappa, Gotaga, Magma, and RTA of Raven's Revenge, and then the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, Taco, Taldak, and FaZe Kaz taking their shots off. Now, fun fact, the screens are there. You can't see, but you can shoot through them. So don't be afraid to take some shots. I mean, we know the trick shotters will.
Yeah, some people are already shooting. They figured that part out. It looks like Chappie hasn't quite yet. He's kind of looking. He's just blind shooting. Oh, there it is. Now he's firing through. He's noticed, hey, these are not ricocheting off of this curtain here. I can fire right on through. So you want to stop them. You want to force stop them. You want to also kind of memorize the map and the lanes.
And right away, you can see as soon as the blinds go down, people go. But the first points are starting to come through as Lachlan is able to get in. Hand of Blood's team, the Llama Record Co. also able to get a 10-pointer and the next 5-pointer, following it directly behind. Oh no, it was another 10-pointer. So we already see some of the props having successful runs.
Look at him go. There it is. You saw a big old truck kind of sneak on by, and these objects are slipping right underneath. But who knows how long that'll last. Here's Scissors. You got to park it. You got to stay still.
Ooh.
Oh, can he blend in?
And one other thing you can note there, the props will clip through other objects that are there. So if you see something that isn't sitting perfectly naturally, like Scissors was, right there, clipped into it, boom, got him brilliantly done. Lachlan hits one of those bounce pads that are stuck in there. They will launch you up in the air, but great run coming out from X-Sandy and Tomoya, utilizing the air conditioners to find their way to the end. Bensor and Alex JJ desperately trying to get it. Alex JJ with another 10-point prop, and Hand of Blood gets picked up just before. That would have been a huge swing, but right now, Sunshine Soldiers in first place with 35 points.
And they are finding their rhythm here. Sunshine Soldiers taking the lead right now. This is a hard game mode to break free in because you got to think about it. These guards are not playing around. They are shooters, right, at heart. And at the end of the day, if something looks off, something looks odd, like this white vent right here, you're just going to get popped. So you got to be careful here. And there it is. Nice job of, you know, kind of hitting the brakes here. And, oh, he hits one of those trap doors. Let's talk about that, Sundown.
So you can actually see it. There is the little tiny springs. They launch you upward. There's a couple that can be chained into each other. But if you are one of those bigger objects and you get sent up, you are just quite literally sometimes flying garbage.
Yeah. But, you know, it would be too easy if we didn't lay traps around, right? So, you know, got to kind of spice it up for the people that are turned into props too.
So you can also, actually, the people who can turn into props, there's one pathway where you can chain two of them together. So if you can get there, you almost land directly in front of it. So as long as you time it correctly, you can like use them slightly to your advantage, but most of the time they're a little bit more annoying. And boom, you can see that rusted truck going in. And now the Funky Fighters pulling out another lead, 60 points so far.
And this is something important to note, guys. You have to get it into the incinerator, fully processed before the timer counts down, or else your point will not be processed.
Which is a big thing on the min-maxing. What we mean by that is maximizing your efficiency. So if you were to get the most points possible, you run only 10 points the entire time, not only because they're worth more, but they take less time to sort because they're the first one that goes through. The two-point props are able to run, I don't want to say relatively easier, but much easier compared to a dumpster and a card, particularly because you have cover. With that being said, take about an extra 3 to 4 seconds to sort, so it makes it that much less efficient, plus being only 20% of the point value.
That's right, so Clytax there has chosen a big object. Achin and Zond over here, smaller objects. They're kind of blending right into all of the dumpster trash, clearly harder to track down and kind of, I guess, how do I say this? Sort out, right?
Yeah.
Amongst all the clutter here.
Exactly. You want things that don't stick out, or you want to find a path for an object that you can take all the time. So you notice how there's a section where there's like 4 or 5 rusted cars. Grab a rusted car and go park yourself with those, because yes, the guy knows, oh, there's a bunch of rusted cars there. Screen goes back up. Oh, there's still a bunch of rusted cars there. I'm good. Next thing you know, the prop walks his way up. You can also, as you're running, block rotation. So if you hit your crouch button, whatever you have that bound to, whether you're playing on controller, iPad, PC, all of them end up completely stopping, so it will send you totally naturally, just like what you would see.
And this is also those moments, right, when you're in the guard, oh, someone spotted there, popped him. Tomoya, nice job seeing something out of the ordinary, but notice he gets an elimination on the object. You don't earn points for that, so it's just your job to stop everyone from getting any kind of points, so don't break away with the lead. When you're in the guard tower, you can't allow the people to score, and you're not scoring.
Which can end up being very interesting if the team in the lead, which generally happens because you have 3 chances to score, is shooting last round. Right? Because then it's all about how good are your pressure. And one other thing you can see, starting to fire through the screens, very well done for them, picking up an elim there. But right now, Kadoku already wresting the lead away. All 3 of them sitting there at 60, but they're 5-point processes, and it goes through as 2 more dumpsters throw themselves into the fray.
Yeah, and that's because the Funky Fighters cannot earn points here in the guard round. The Sunshine Soldiers using this opportunity once again to just break away even closer to taking lead. And the Chicken Champions can't earn anything either.
I love that from Clytax right away. Hides himself behind the box, and you see his hands. He's like, please, please make sure it's not there. And then boom, gets the point, gets a nice little selfie going in. And you can see all of them getting sorted there. Another way, I'm all about the min-maxing. Point your camera towards the end. You go just a little bit faster.
Sundown pulling out the strats here. The question is, can our competitors figure it out fast enough with their limited amount of games here? But 20 seconds on the clock. Can he get this in time? Remember, you gotta grab the dumpster, drop the dumpster, and get it processed. That was perfect.
That was so good by Stuart000 because he dodged the little springboard there. You saw him look at it and be like, oh, no, I'm good. And that was the last run. None of these props are going to be able to get and get sorted. Lachlan gets picked out at the end. You can see 3, 2, 1, but not going to be enough. You need to get all the way through and sorted on the point as the rest of the denial comes through, and we're going to rotate the guards up again.
Yes, so we will have some new guards take their place. This is honestly Chicken Champion's opportunity to start scoring some points and hopefully close up the gap here. The Sunshine Soldiers are now at the bottom layer of the guard tower, and the Fish Fam are at the top. So it is time to kind of mix it up.
My eyes are on the Funky Fighters right now. They are
doing great.
They're very close, and on top of that, they're the team with the Silver Llama.
Yep.
As we talked about, they are so incredibly close, doing everything they can to push towards the top. And you can see they got a lot of elims too in the round where they were playing defense. So not a ton of scoring going past them, only 35 points off the pace. But what I'm shocked about right now is there is nobody running 2-point props at all. 0.
Tamori is a genius. He was already spotted out for the statue. He kind of hit over to the side and said, you know what, I kind of got to wait here. I can't park this statue on the open. He's going to be hunting for me. And that's exactly what he does. Kind of sits it over on the side there. And that's how he earns himself another point. So they're actually playing very, very smart here. And that's why they've been doing so good at these competitions.
I think the guards need to be slightly more aggressive. There's is unlimited ammunition. You can't run out.
Oh.
If you think something is suspicious, or if you just want to take a shot at it, shoot your shot.
Yeah.
What's the worst case that happens? You miss. There's no accuracy stats going on there. If something looks suspicious, don't let it through. You're the guards, and you want to deny as much as possible. And again, every match is for $55,000 for the winning team. You want that, and that will lead into the Llamas as well. You don't want to end up in that 4th to 8th spot. You want to push past your competitors as we see a whole mess of air conditioners going in, the water heaters in. It was fantastic for Raven's Revenge, and Llama Record Co. are also climbing their way up the leaderboard, 110 points so far.
Great job for the Llama Record Company. Alex, JJ, Carnifex, Venos, and Hand of Blood. This team is doing great right here as they seemingly inch their way to the top somehow, overtaking the Cuddle Crew, which, by the way, Lachlan's team has been showing up here. It's good to see them, catch a little bit of domination here in this junkyard juke.
Well, like we said, the creative finals is all about celebrating the different types of creative skills. There's different ways to express that. We have the World Run where it's there. We saw Sky Station Showdown, which shows off building and team tactics. And right now, Prop Hunt is all about min-maxing efficiency, working together, and hitting your shots.
Yeah, absolutely, because when you're in that guard tower, you don't have opportunity to miss. You let them score, they're going to break free and break away with the lead. Here's a look at Svenos here, who's that bullseye, just kind of blending right in.
The archery target, there's a lot of them out there, but you need to be careful because they're slightly harder. And come on.
Uh-oh.
Really?
He's floating up
Really?
there.
You can see kind of like the look on his face. He's like, there's no way this works. And one other thing to talk about is orientation of your prop. So you notice he actually swapped his camera and pointed in the other direction.
Oh.
Unfortunately, was clipping into the trash bag there. But if you're running forward, your prop faces backwards. So you need to run and then turn, settle yourself. That's the best way. Or you orient yourself around the stuff that's near you. Because if you're facing in a totally random direction, that'll earn a bullet in most circumstances.
I love how aggressive they were at the final moments. The clock was
You gotta go.
Yeah, the clock was ticking. They're like, you know what, we gotta get in here. But that was round 3 of 4 for this first game right here. And, it's kind of going either which way. So if you've already had your shot at the guard tower, you're safe. You're good. You can keep getting points. But if this is your last opportunity, you're in a guard tower, that's all the points you got. That's it. They have to hold strong.
So this is where it really comes into mind who is running, who is in the tower, and what does the scoreboard look like. So right now we can see right away Llama Record Co. is up there, and I believe it's with, I didn't see who that other team was. When we pan back over, we'll call that out. But Llama Record Co. is in first right now, and I think Cuddle Crew is with them as well. So it's typical that the top 2 would be up there, and it is. The top 2 teams are in the guard tower. So right now, everyone needs to unseat them. Otherwise, they will take this first match of set 2.
I'll be honest with you, it's a pretty big lead. That's a substantial lead. Whoever is left in the game, the Sunshine Soldiers, the Funky Fighters, the Chicken Champions, you got to bring these big items through and do it successfully with the limited time left in this round right here, because If not, it's going to be hard to catch up to that 150.
We're starting to see a little bit more consistency right there. And look at Svenos shooting. He's just shooting everything. He's not worried in terms of going through there. Does hit one elim, fires the shots off, going through, trying to look at just anything that he thinks doesn't look normal. Anything that maybe not have been there before.
It's like one of my favorite things, watching him just shoot the boxes like, what's that? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? He's just taking his shots. That's exactly what you got to do here if you want to hold this lead here. And that's why they're dominating. You can see the no hesitation really coming out of them, and that's why they have the lead right now. And it's great. It's great that they're hitting his shots. It's great that Svenos is holding it down.
But the Funky Fighters, we talked about it, eyes on them, already up to 120. One more 10-point prop will put them past. And unfortunately for Ninja there, does get hit on the springboard, but gets in anyway, so just a little bit of time loss. A great shot from Lachlan. My lord, I barely even saw that.
Ford Turtle from Australia hit a springboard, and Lachlan shut that down. His fellow Australian brother right there. Very nicely done. You don't want to hit those springboards, man.
And now you can see 125 from the Funky Fighters. They're doing everything they can to overtake. They want this match victory. They want to keep the momentum rolling. But the Cuddle Group is doing a great job of picking up targets and running their timeout, getting some both right as they get out of spawn and before they're about to score, which the waste of time is even that much more efficient, but unfortunately not finding anything there.
Yeah, Lachlan is really not timing his kind of rotations and reloads properly. Notice he's not also utilizing the shooting through the curtain factor there. He's kind of holding himself back. That's why you saw him with a couple elims right there. But you got to put that pressure down, lock down these lanes so that they don't just get like free rotations through, right?
And again, we talked about it a little bit. I'm very surprised nobody is just consistently running 2-point props. You can get them in close to every run if you pick the right path and you take the covered angles. It's very difficult to stop them, particularly with the smaller hitbox. But so far, we've only seen 2 scored.
Yeah, and I like that. Cuddle Crew right there, 130 points. This is their time. Cuddle Crew still doing really good defense right here. Oh no, but you know, Cass's curse. I feel so bad. Chicken Champion comes up out of nowhere, takes that one right away.
Able to get him there, and now the Funky Fighters 5 points out. Anything going in will be enough, and the time ticks over. They didn't get it in there. Oh! Did they get it in there? They might have got the 5-point right at the end, but no, wasn't enough. Llama Record Co. on the defense says, lock it up. We good. Brilliantly done from them. And that's what I'm talking about. When you're sitting there on defense, you know exactly how long you need to keep them out, exactly what you need to do in order to take the victory. And no surprise there, the guys who are all about that apocalypse game mode during the creative trials, able to take home the very first match ever on Junkyard Juke.
That was well played. Valiant effort for everyone that participated in that run right there. And it was a close one. 150 points to the contender having 145. Just 1 point. One small radiator.
And this is what I'm talking about, where if you had one person who is running just 2-point props there and got their successful runs at the end, they would have it. That's 3 successful runs. That takes about a minute, and you could have collected it.
So go ahead.
Nobody opted to
Maybe some of these guys need a little help here. Let's redo this. What would you suggest here, Sundown?
I don't want to say suggest, but I had an opportunity to play a decent amount of it. I'm a big fan of kind of adjusting based off of the scoreline. So if you're seeing you're able to consistently keep running 2-point props, get the guaranteed points. If somebody's playing really good defense and you're not getting 10-point props in, you need to pivot away from that strategy, because getting any points at all is better than none, and particularly if you waste a run on a dumpster where the entire time you're going and then you're stopping, and then you're going and then you're stopping. Eventually, even if you get all the way to the end, sometimes it's not enough, right? And then you've wasted that 35, 45 seconds, 3 rotations to get just there, whereas you could have grabbed the burger, grabbed the bucket, and ran the entire time, weaved around, trying to like catch a good area, as we saw with the statue, able to hide around a corner. So would love to see in the next match a little bit more, I don't want to say like determination going into it, but be a little bit more deliberate.
That's right, but let's go on and hear from some of the deliberate actions over with Zeke, down with our winners.
What's up, guys? I'm hanging out with the Llama Record Company. They took away the prop hunt 5-point lead. You guys locked it up at the very end. Hand of Blood, I'm going to start with you. And one person I want to call out specifically is this man right here, Svenos. Very tall, tallest man on the planet. It feels like this guy's a very good pick for your team. And I want to know why him, and then also why you picked these other 2.
Yeah, I mean, I picked all those guys because this game mode is all about skill.
Yeah, there are no random things in it. You need good aim, you need decision making for sure. And Svenos, I mean, he's like a Spandau. He really likes Spandau. That's kind of the best city in the world. And that's why I picked him first, for example.
Okay, now Svenos, I'm going to put you on blast for a second because we've known each other quite a while. You know, I'd like to believe that your creativity is what allowed you to win. Let's think back to the time where you wore an entire green outfit and you danced and had a galaxy over yourself. Do you feel like that galaxy and that kind of creativity helped you get this dub?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
I think people at home that watched, you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go over this way now. What did you think about that game? Was it what you expected? Was it different? Did it catch off guard? Were you ready to just jump into it?
It's enjoyable. Once you get the hang of it, it gets a lot easier. You just got to work out who's good at aiming, which team's on the tower, and after that, you're good.
All right, final question. Do you think you have what it takes? Are you gonna? Is the Llama Record Company going to be the team? You think someone else is standing in your way, or is it all you guys?
I think it's going to be all us, yes.
There you go. Man, a few words, that's all they need. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Best of luck going forward. Back to you guys on the desk.
Thank you so much, Zeke. Another brilliant performance there coming out of the Llama Record Company. We talked about their versatility. We talked about how quickly they pick up competitive matches. But this is what happened in the first set, right? They were there. They were confident. They're like, yeah, once you get it, it's easy. And then all the other teams immediately caught up. So it'll be very interesting to see if that same story from set 1 is what's happening in set 2.
Yep, that's right. Alex up there said it best. You know, he had the confidence. He felt good in those final moments. Hey, you know, once you figure out who's aiming, maybe just avoid him.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody is hitting all their shots, you need to take a different route. You can't go and continuously challenge them because, again, we talked about that. If you waste all the time to run through and the guy hits a lucky, or I don't want to say lucky blind fire, but a consistent blind fire through there, don't keep running that way. But like we said, this is the first time seeing the Junkyard Juke mode, and we talked about the prop hunt mode earlier, but you can play it live right now in-game. There's an LTM that's available only for this weekend. Let's check it out. Like we said, you can check that out live in client. It's an LTM that is available only for this weekend. And Monster, have you had a chance to play Prop Hunt?
Well, all week long now, I finally really got to experience the Prop Hunt. And before this, I kind of heard you guys talk about it. I was like, is that something I want to try out? But no, it honestly was very fun.
There's so many just fun moments, but the ability to then push it to a competitive level, these guys are doing great, but we're now going to get into match 2 of set 2. The second time you will have seen Junkyard Juke, and let's see who is able to push on. The match is about to start. Here we go, the creative finals at the Fortnite World Cup, set 2, match 2 of Junkyard Juke.
That's right. So in the tower, we have Ninja's team, the Little, Whip, Warriors, Taco, Gaz, Taldoc. We're jumping straight into their POV. So notice Ninja firing right through those blinds. He saw something moving back there. He's trying to pinpoint. What was it? He does, of course, track him down. Sport Turtle. Ooh, just a little pixel. You know, you stand out, you're going to get popped here.
He needs to make sure he's still watching his left-hand side, though, because there is a whole run on that corner right now where people would be able to come out, and now all of a sudden you see Alex JJ, Tyler, Ryan Fanta, MSYB all heading that direction. Nobody is checking that corner. He's checking it every now and then, but he's primarily aiming on the right, and right as I say that now looks back on over as the rush comes through, but MSYB and Rubius are able to get in. Brilliantly done from them, getting the first points on the board as the Funky Fighters again are able to pull out to a decent lead.
What do you think? Would you rather be up in the guard tower first and kind of get that out the way? Or would you prefer to kind of jump in as a prop and get your points first?
So for me, it depends if I can get a lead. If I have a lead, obviously I want to be a guard tower at the end because I'm very confident in my ability to just spam shots in the right direction because I know like I can find the sight line and all that. With that being said, if you can get in the guard tower early and you do incredibly well, it gives you the bonus. You know how many points you need to get. You know how consistent and fast you can run. And right now we're seeing a lot more 5-point props than last round. People consistently trying to get those in, recognizing, hey, they're a little bit quicker. People are finding their angles now. But as I say, that Achim with the Sunshine Soldiers gets in that truck. 10 points going over to them, and 15 actually, as a 5-pointer got sorted right at the same time.
That was perfect. Yeah, and the Sunshine Soldiers had a great last run. Achin and his crew really pulled it together. They were at the top for a while there, but in those final moments, we saw the Chicken Champions take away and kind of break away. And now look, no surprise, Chicken Champs, they're feeling it. They found their rhythm towards the end of the last one. If they carry that over, this is going to be a close one.
Yeah, and you can see Carnifex hits the jump pad twice over there, doing everything he can to not get hit, and he does get the teddy bear in. 10 points going through, and Clytex gets picked right at the edge.
Right through the current. Taco is like, you know what? I'm going to check the close area. Look at how Chappie's doing it as well. He's actually eliminated 9 props so far, so he is really firing away here, trying to see if anyone's trying to make a mad dash while the curtains are up, and Sandy gets caught right there.
Good shot right away. 20 seconds left, so players need to start running if they're going. Good shots coming out from Trappy to get it there and get the reload off. Saw the truck over on the side, is able to pick that one up, and now is looking for the smaller props towards the side. Knew there was movement, just wants to fire it up. Only 10 seconds left. They should be able to get the defense, but there goes a bucket. Look at it.
Oh,
the cactus.
those are hard to hit.
Was able to pick it up just at the last second. Good attempt from Tutu, and you can see the points already coming across. Players so far sticking to their game plan. 5 and 10 point props all the way.
That is the way to go. Inch your way up and over to that victory there. But that was just the first round of 4 here. Round 2 is going to begin. What's going to happen now is, again, the guard tower is going to mix up. We're going to see new players in the guard tower, and then the other players that were previously in the guard tower back on the prop hunt floor.
Yes, you get 1 round in the guard tower, 3 rounds of running as the props, and you can see right away now you have the Funky Fighters up top, and the shots go out as soon as the blinds go down, not letting anything happen as the props march their way out of spawn.
This is fun right here. I love watching these trucks waddle about, really trying to find their way, and they see the light go to change, plant themselves down, and they were back out to the field here.
Yep, and desperately trying to avoid, there's no way. You're stacked on top of each other. Come on, you got to shoot one of the two. Shots are going towards it, but right now Zan trying to get that cuddly cute teddy bear into the incinerator. Not a sentence I ever thought I would say there, as the Archer is now doing everything he can. Hits the bounce target twice and is able to convert as Magma gets another good run and sneaks in under the shots of Dracius.
That's right. And this is just getting closer and closer as we have a 3-way tie now. The Fish Fam, Llama Record Company, the Cuddle Crew, all at the top here, and it's still a very close game so far. Dan Yan right here from the Sunshine Soldiers, peeking around, using that camera angle, trying to see when it's time, wants to waste no time here. Bat, it goes down and off to the races she goes. But will it change? Yep. Actually, stops early too. Says, you know what, I'm gonna play it safe, I'm gonna stop before the curtain comes up.
And she has to be having a blast right now. She says one of her favorite things about creative mode is kind of the wacky and Waynian situations you get into, particularly like prop hunt. So this must be a game mode that she's well and enjoying herself in. As you can see there, her team is able to get a couple of props in there. Gotaga and Clytex try to make the final little sprint. Hand of Blood gets another 10 points over, as does Taco with a 5-point statue there. Scissors is hanging around on the side there. Will go through. No, I did not mean to call you trash. You just are a dumpster now, quite literally.
Quite literally, but oh, the rage. I read the lips. He said, I was so mad. He got taken out right there. And I like this. Let's see how he decides. He's going for those 10 points, though. Notice he went straight to the right for the big objects. That's the risk.
That's what it was about. That's what happens. You need to be careful, not only of the fact you're bigger, easier to see while you're moving, but you need to find a blank space in order to set down. Can't be clipping into anything else with 45 seconds remaining in round 2. And you can see Svetos a minute before the guard looked at him. He's like, I don't, nah, I'm out. Right there. And right now, relatively top heavy. 70-70, and as I said, Fish Whip does get their 80th point, but Lachlan hanging out on top of the Rebel, 28 seconds left, does find an angle that
you know,
no
he actually
really
didn't
watching.
park either. He just jumped on top of it. You know, I haven't been to this section here where all the the vehicles
So
are.
this is the section I'm talking about where you can grab a burger in a bucket, go out, and not expose yourself except for during one period. And as long as you either full run the time through or you opt to sit still during that time, then you're good. You will score literally every single run. It's just you have to be a 2-point prop and you have to go to that exit.
Oh, Dan Yen right there, unfortunately, couldn't push through in those final moments there. And that was round 2 of 4, as we are looking to get into round 3 next. So they can earn some more points. And every single set matters, right? Every game matters, because there's a lot of prize on the line.
Yes, every single match is scored. The top 4 will receive a gradient of money going from $55,000 down to 20, and then you have the 4th through 10th all receiving 10. That prize is then decided who will receive the silver llama. The Funky Fighters currently have one, but who will be able to press with them?
Clytax, that vehicle is way too big, buddy. You can't just be trying to squeeze it behind that and not think someone's going to see the tail end of it. Here we have Bensor and Drakias close by one another. Bensor gets popped through the blinds there. And wait, so he's going to take a couple shots. He said, does this truck belong here? He did miss, though. Lucky for him. The bad aim and that moment right there is going to allow him to sneak that big 10-point. No! He gets taken out. Right there, that's no points for him. 10 is huge in this mode, too. It's very difficult to get a vehicle all the way through.
I mean, it's swingy, right? If you think about it, the last round was one with 150 points, right? So if you get a singular 10-point profit, that's not an insignificant percentage there. Like, that's going to be able to help your team, but you also need to set your feet there, as Kororo didn't hit the crouch button. It was like, I see you wiggling a little bit there. Yoink.
And there's Ninja, Ryan, Fronta, Chappie, many others still in the running here. Just kind of peeking around. You see Tyler shooting straight through the curtain. It almost looks like he's beelining his shots down the aisle there, trying to see if he can get anyone trying to exit out. Zan sees one pop up in the air, and I think he might have clipped that person out.
Nobody is watching that side.
Oh,
Fish Fam needs to communicate better right now. Nobody was covering that other side. We saw 2 teams able to get a decent run out. But right now, Llama Record Company still holding the lead, sitting at 100 points. But don't forget, Fish Fam are up on top right now. Are the guards, which means they're not scoring points.
He's so fast. Ryan Fronta is so fast here with this prop. Even moving it, he doesn't care. He's going all the way for it. But he's got to watch for traps. See the fear? He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. I'm going to wait here and get the secure point.
So one important thing to notice, too, is Ryan is taking paths consistently that take him to the corner of the guard tower, because the corner provides you with a little bit of natural cover, and it breaks that sight line up. If you're only staring out in one direction, it's super easy to be like, no, that car was not there. I know it wasn't. If you're flipping back and forth across that corner piece, it just breaks up your field of view a little bit more, and it's that much harder to try and figure out what's actually going to hit.
That's right, and oh boy, is MSYB going to be able to sneak this huge chuck in? Oh, he actually hit something there. He's going to sneak it right underneath. Lucky for him, the shot did not come back in time. But just that big archery target was almost enough to kind of block him right there. Venos gets another large object in as well. That's another 10-pointer for the Llama Record. It was fully processed here, so now he's at 130. Can the Cuddle Crew hold the lead here, though? Can they secure it? All the Llama Record Company needs to not score right now, and they'll continue to kind of stay in the lead.
And you can see Scissors is hitting a ton of shots. They're trying to get the retribution as the guard, and now we're heading in to our final round of match number 2. So we'll see who the guards are, see what the stakes are, and who will be able to take that #1 spot. Again, first place, $55,000, and that much closer to Silver Llama #2. And again, we have the Cuddle Crew and Llama Record Co. up on defense. Let's check out that scoreboard. And Cuddle Crew, Llama Record Co., first and second. Who will be able to overtake them? And they are so close to 5 points separating. It's a battle for first and second now.
Yes, Lackland and the rest of his team are trying their hardest. They have to stop people from scoring. The Chicken Champions get up. They can just easily snag this away. But for now, they know the Llama Record Company cannot. They can't take them over.
Ooh, I thought he was going to shoot that car. He knew it wasn't there.
Nice.
Finds the box right around the corner and then gets another one right after. Blind fire through the shade as Rubius is looking to post up there. Spanish YouTuber trying to find a way in, trying to lead his team, and they've overtaken the Llama Record Code with plenty of time and are tied with the Cuddle team. Any singular point now will put the Chicken Champions as our match 2 winner. They need one prop.
That's right, they're so close here. Magma trying to hop on over. Who's it going to be for the Chicken Champions? Who's going to be?
Do you think they get a 2-point prop? They have the scoreboard in front of them. They know they need only that. Do you think they run one in, or do you think they stay with what they're doing right now?
Honestly, I think they're just going to stay with what they're doing. It's working. Why break the formula here? They have over a minute to do so. And just like that, they are going to sneak
that will
in
be
here.
it. Yes, brilliantly done. They're overtaking them. And now the question is, can the Little Whip Warriors get enough in to catch them? It's a 25-point spread, but you can get that. You have 4 runners. You can get that in a single run if you're well coordinated enough. Will they be able to catch up, or can the Chicken Champions edge it out and be our match 2 victors?
That's right, because the Cuddle crew is now bumped out. The Chicken Champions are holding it. Little Whip Warriors have scored, though. 1 minute left here. Uh-oh. Raven's Revenge coming up as well, as is the Fish Fam. This is actually getting closer than we would have thought. They're close to pushing out the Cuddle crew and the Llamas.
Yep, and Little Whip Ninja also getting the 5 points there. Will be able to overtake. Don't forget, you don't want to end up 4th to 8th. It's all about at least breaking into top 4 to get a little bit of the differentiation there in the prizing. But the Chicken Champions are pulling ahead. They're keeping that 25-point difference so far between the Little Whip Warriors. Little Whip needs to find a coordinated run with 10-point props in these last 30 seconds, or they're not going to get it. Meanwhile, Bensor running that statue in, trying to lock up everything he can for the lead, and he's being extremely patient with it. Taking a corner run, finding everything he needs to do. Little Whip does get a 5 and a 10, and they're still now only 20 points behind, but Bensor is going to be able to lock that one up from there. 5 points, 25, 15 seconds left. The Chicken Champions are sitting pretty.
Yes, that's right. If the Little Whip Warriors don't score big right now with all big props, it's going to be all over in 3 seconds. And it's not going to be enough here because the Chicken Champions, they actually pushed the lead even further.
Did you see what happened at the last second?
They did score.
No. Raven's Revenge grabbed a 2-point prop, hard ran all the way through, got it in, right? And then that pushed them from 4th into 3rd. When we talk about every little interaction mattering, that was it. But the Chicken Champions, one might be able to say that was excellent. They were able to tender defend that title for the match 2 victory and putting them in a good spot to contend for the set 2 Llama.
You can see the excitement there on their faces as they just realize, hey man, we got this. We're in the running here. The Junkyard Juke could be ours.
And you can see they're still talking gameplay right now. Like, they want to know, what can we do more? That play you did right there was awesome, but they want the next one because there's 3 matches for each one of the sets. And a win there would put them in a fantastic spot to get the 2nd Silver Llama. You need that in order to be in contention. And if they're able to split it up away and deny it from the Funky Fighters, the field's wide open.
Yes, it's not over yet. That's just another team who takes a victory here, making it that much closer of a running so far. And we saw the Ravens Revenge kind of sneak up too. You need as many points as possible. The bigger the placement, the better the prize as well for the round. So you can't just give up either. You got to push it all the way to the final moment.
And hey, hats off to whoever's call that was on Ravens Revenge. That was a brilliant decision, showing exactly why you're able to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals, why you're playing on that stage. Those are the big plays, but again, brilliantly done from the Chicken Champions. Consistent runs, stuck to their statues, stuck to their routes, and took the corners. And now we're actually going to have a chance to talk to our Chicken Champions, the Match 2 champions. Zeke has them up there on the top floor. Zeke, what do you got for us?
What's going on, guys? I'm hanging out with the Chicken Champions, guys. That game was insane. Feathers were flying, and you guys clutched it up. Did you figure out the strategy? Because you guys were well and ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, we practiced yesterday, and everything is thanks to this guy. This guy always goes for the 10 points, always, and he always gets it. So thanks to you, man.
All right, then I'm coming to you, Mr. Carey. What was the strategy? How did you get the 10 points in there? Was it the same every time? Did you switch things up?
Yeah, go for the 10 points each time and do the same strategy, and it seems to work.
So in this intense game of red light, green light, were you like stopping early, or were you just like going as far as you could go and then waiting for someone to spot you and stopping, or what was your plan?
I'm taking it very patiently.
All right, now over to you guys. What do you guys think of this game mode? Has it been everything you thought it's been?
Yeah, it's great. We had a game plan. We definitely did what we came to do, and that's what we expected. So.
Very well executed. You did not lay an egg. All right, final question for you. I want to give you the chance to tell the world, you know, all the fans something. What do you want to tell them?
Thanks for the support from Spain for the other world, and my team is it's good in this mode, and will we win the next match?
There you go. The excitement is real. Gentlemen, congratulations. Best of luck going forward. We're sending it back your way.
Brilliantly done there from the Chicken Champions. Thank you so much, Zeke. They're excited to be there. They stuck to their gameplay. And shout out to Bensor. The one thing he was looking forward to on this trip, he wanted to play in front of a big crowd. He got that moment, running through, securing that for the Chicken Champions. And immediate El Rubius turned to him and was like, it's all him, man. He put the team on his back or put the team in his dumpster. I don't know. That normally that wouldn't be a good thing, but in this circumstance, hey, it worked out for him.
Yeah, another prop to Kyoto as well. The only, or one of two controller players here, you know, in the creative finals. So very nice of him to kind of represent for those guys as well. And again, just showing that he's got the moves out there.
He had the moves, was able to find the right angles, and now we've seen some developments from match 1 to match 2. Yep. What was the big thing that stuck out from you that was different?
And that last one, honestly, finally seeing someone pick up those 2-point props, right? Using those are points right there. But with that, we'll jump over to Bala. We'll take a fun look at some of the things that developed in our last few moments.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, the Junkyard Juke is developing nicely. Everybody's starting to figure out what all the different tools and props they have available to them. So with that, we're going to hop into some of the tips and tricks that I've seen from the Junkyard Juke so far. We can roll the clip right now as all these players. The first thing I want to point out is there are these springboards. Unfortunately, Dan Yen gets picked out of the sky there. Not too happy about that. But moving on to Tomoya using the statue. This is one of the interesting scores I saw with the sta those higher point objects being useful. Scissors here with the springboard, the recovery, and just barely doesn't get into the incinerator at the last second. And then here we have Tomoya, we have again, just an awesome run towards there, looking like a scene out of everybody, you know, crossing the street at the same time. Here's Tracius hitting some amazing shots through the black. And then he just continues shooting, just hoping that he can get a shot. This is the other team, the Cuddle Crew, doing the same thing, but then also synchronizing, making sure they have coverage on all angles. Finally, Tomoya made some amazing calls. We'll listen to them in a second, but this is what he did, always timing it perfectly so that he can get in and make sure that his teammates also go at the same time and make it into that incinerator. So we're gonna head and listen to what those communications were like from Tomoya and team. In this one, they made sure the countdown was perfect.
2, 3, 4, 10. I got 10. I got 10. We are both. We are both. Go.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5. Stop. Oh, they kill me. If they don't kill me, I score 10.
Don't
1, 2, 3,
okay, I got 5. I got 5.
I got 10. No, he killed me.
Oh.
We are strong team.
Yeah.
I scored 0 in the second round. That's the problem.
I scored 0 in the first one, so.
Like,
we are all close points.
There you go. The Funky Fighters, you know they won the first Silver Llama. We're going to see if they can win the next one. We've got one more match here on Junkyard Juke to go, and we'll see who will come out on top with the Silver Llama from this. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that great breakdown. Listening in the comms, that's one thing I hadn't considered. I always just kind of like, yeah, it's going to come up now. But these guys all on comms talking, have one guy counted out. That guy's just like a metronome, make sure he has it on the dot every single time. Brilliantly done from them. But will they'd be able to take back that top spot. We've seen them do it. If they can grab that Silver Llama, they'll be in such a good spot. But right now, they aren't seeing the same success they saw before.
Yeah, you want to get the Silver Llama, but to get there, you got to make a new strategy. I think that right there, there was a lot of information in that bit right there. You kind of noticed the team synergy, and he said something very important in his interview there. Talked about being patient. You really have to be patient. You can't let the frustration get to you. You saw Scissors very expressive on the cam. Just, it's hard to get the point through, and that's what I talked about before this whole thing started. I said, trust me, this is a lot harder than you guys think. You might just, you know, oh yeah, I'll turn it into something and run it through. Nah, man, you're gonna get shut down.
But I mean, it's just like, if you think about it, it's the mental aspect that really comes with it. If you're able to frustrate somebody else, then they're that much more off their game. And these guys are all great at that, coming through from some of the Death Run qualifiers. It makes it that much harder. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. And again, don't forget, there is a fantastic, awesome event-specific merch starting here right now, today on the 26th. You can also get it on retailrow.com. Make sure you celebrate the event. Remember it, grab some from your friends, your brothers, your family, people who couldn't be here, and celebrate the first ever Fortnite World Cup.
Yeah, you saw some of your favorite pros and competitors here rocking that new swag. Definitely loving it. All types of collaborations going on here. I love it when Fortnite releases new gear, you know? This kind of allows me to always spice it up.
I'm always a fan of anything Fortnite swag. That's pretty much like 98% of my wardrobe at this point. I mean, love the logos, love the bright colors, but enough from us. Match 3, set number 2, the final one on the original version of Junkyard Juke before we see the remix later on. Are you guys ready?
That's right.
And let's begin. The first round is underway. Match number 3, set number 2. Who will be able to incinerate the props the most? Who will push out to the lead? And can anybody upset the Funky Fighters who took that first llama? You need to make sure they don't get this one here. And basically, everybody wants first place.
Yep, and you can see there, Taldeck did land a shot straight through the curtain. Very nicely done. Another kind of lane, right? You want to look at your lane, see which lane is available to you that's easy to maneuver the objects you want to bring through. Clivetex, for example, here is using a bear. There are no bears in this section, but he says, you know what? It's all good. I can sneak this around.
So the big thing with the bear, though, that you don't really consider is the coloring of the background. You're in the junkyard. You're a little bit in one of those desert biome situations. There's a lot of kind of muddle browns and oranges around there. It makes it that much harder to stick out. However, if you're grabbing the snowman, you're just really flexing on everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm a snowman. I'm a snowman in the desert, and I'm going to score on you.
That's pretty hilarious because, you know, we haven't seen anyone pull out the weird objects in the back end for good reason. There are a couple other fun ones back there. If we get a pan around later, you'll probably notice a big old snowman or something like that. But with all this money on the line, there's no way anyone has time to play around like that.
You can't play around because every single one of those runs matters. And right now, we see Sunshine Soldiers swapping over. They've already put in 2 2-point props, so you need to be slightly more efficient on those runs, but good job getting on the board and consistently. And as we say that 5-pointer goes in, boom, they're ahead of the Funky Fresh, who have had a singular 10-point run. So trying to get every possible point. It's all about min-maxing efficiency.
Honestly, the Littlewhip Warriors are doing a great job at defending here. They all have a ton of eliminations. Taldeck at 6, Taco at 5, Kaz and Ninja both tied at 7. That is pretty good. They're shutting down all of their lanes. These guys are not here to play. Remember, as you're a guard, you don't accumulate any points, so it's good. They're knocking this out the way, and they're doing a great job defending.
Keeping them out, making sure you find the right lane angles, and also sometimes just putting shots out in the right spot. You just need to be able to consistently deny as much as possible.
I was like, are you behind that? Yep, what's that? Didn't see that there before, didn't see that either. Taldeck doing a good job so far, spotting things through the curtain. Let's see if he can find another here with a random shot. Oh, something landed. That's why you don't want to hit those spring traps there.
They make it so difficult when you're a larger object coming back down because it's just so much motion on the screen. When everything else is still, if you see that thing falling through, like, it's an easy shot. And particularly for all of these players up there. I mean, Gotaga and Crew, everyone on Raven's Revenge, him, Magma, RTA, and Chappie, all have been able to hit their shots. And then, I mean, Littlewhip Warriors is a team of hit your shots.
That's right, and there it is. Last opportunities to make a point have just concluded, and that was the first round. There are 4 of these, so we're going to switch up the guards now. Little Whip Warriors get a chance at, trying to earn some points, and as do the others. The next round will begin.
That dragon's so cool. That's so cool.
Look at that.
Yo,
Almost looks real.
Yo, shout out to the observers. That shot right there, that's really cool. Big fan of it going out. And as you can see now, round 2 is underway. This is the final match on Junkyard Juke of set 2. And right off the bat, 2 archery targets and a water heater marching on out.
Yep, that archery target is worth 10 points, though. So if you can bring that all the way through, it's one of the, I guess, smaller, large point objects. Magma doesn't even care. He's impatient. He saw the blinds open up. He just kept going. Svenoff did pump the brakes, so even right here, notice, stops very early. He's just trying to blend in and get as many points as possible right here.
Ooh. Did get picked up. It might have been the book there. That's the one thing that you need to note that makes it very difficult about the bullseye or the archery target is the fact that because it has those placed legs, you have to be deliberate about where you're setting down. Otherwise, you're like, boom, right there. That book would be a giveaway if somebody decided to look down and double check that box. But there's 6 other boxes around, so relatively safe. Good path chosen there from Tyler, and opts to stop and being, a little bit of patient, and might have cost him there. I think he would have had it if he had just go full send, and I think he thinks so too.
It makes me laugh to see him scratch his head, his jaw drops like, oh, being so close and not making it through is so unfortunate. Taldak is going to find a little bit of success there as the Suezo, and you saw Alex J for a bit is very close to scoring as well. Here's Zan from the Fish Fam representing, hugging really close to that cactus. So long as he's not pushing through it, yeah, he is going to be able to sneak on out. He kind of hiccups there. He's going to go all the way. He doesn't care if the curtain comes down. He sneaks right underneath Tomoya and his team up top. Funky Fighters are at 35 points now in the guard tower. They can't earn any more.
And that was a great run there by Zandy Knight as he's Svenos waiting for the blinds to go down, making sure he can find an angle, and then pushing in towards. Needs to be careful of that spring right there, but doesn't matter. Gets picked up anyway as he's like, hey, there wasn't a card there before. Alex JJ now looking to find a run. You can see Fish Fam and Llama Record Code currently hanging out at the top, but again, haven't had the chance to be up there, so can be expected. Alex JJ now 2 targets, both running out. Good stops at the same time, but particularly if you have 2 people taking the same path as the same item, it kind of has a little bit more of a benefit because you're like, yeah, those were both there behind. There's no way those are both props.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you know what? Honestly, if you see a bunch of the same things, they blend in a little more. It's when something's an oddball that you really start to shoot. So maybe it is a good idea to time it, right?
But there's split spawns, so you don't always consistently. There's different spawn points around the map that have the different exits as you go out, so you can coordinate with a teammate. Or what you can also do is sort of bait somebody else to do it, right? So you see somebody who's running an archery target, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to grab that too, and then you follow their path. And if they get picked up, oh, well, you look slightly more natural, particularly if you're that much more patient. And you can see Svenos is actually doing that right now with Carnifex, both of them going into the box. Svenos does hit the spring, is hanging out behind the car, and will get the score. That was a great run from him.
Yeah, he actually recognized Horazi was not looking down in the right direction, so he took advantage of that. Funky Fighter let his guard down for just a second there. He did manage to sneak on through, so that was the big point there in the final seconds as this round is now coming to a close there. Next round is going to begin. We're going to switch up the guards. Take another look.
And no dancing, just props and shots going out from the guards. Round 3 kicking off in the final match of set 2 at the Creative Finals. Who will be able to take that second silver llama? And right now, you see Bensor is going in for the 10-point prop right away. Kutu does get the Mimic, but then opts to go for a different route as players are starting to feel a little bit of the pressure here. You can tell they need to score points. It's the first time we're starting to see some gnomes out there and another teddy bear on the run.
That's right, Kantaka representing here. He's putting himself straight behind every object that he can. I love that they're using the smaller objects. It's so much easier to score with those. When you bring those big ones out, it really is hard. He actually put himself inside the truck. You see that? He's following Kuta so close here. Just got to use him as bait, really. As you get behind him, he's safe.
Yep, because they don't think they're going to fire twice in there. That's the benefit of it. But right away, you see Kaz, Taco, Chappie. Great little run there from the Little Whip Warriors. That's going to push them back into contention. They're 65 points currently, but a dumpster going in from Hand of Blood. There's another 10 points for Llama Records, though, pushing them up to 90. And they were the winners of that first match. So if they can hold on, they know they'll be the guards in the final round. They need to build up as much of a lead as possible here.
Carraro actually has 15 eliminations, so he had a super successful guard round. But the Chicken Champions need to get picked up here. They need these points. And there it is. He's doing a lot of work for his team, showing that, hey, I can push us up here too. Just gonna go ahead and take that 5-pointer, throw him right over the Fish Fam now. And they're in the top 3 running.
That was a great run from him. Corner peeked the entire time, made sure nobody was looking for him. Like, he was barely threatened, but right now, Bensor coming through. The Chicken Champions, can they overtake in the last minute? That's 10 more points. That is going to go through for them and starts pushing up. Llama Records needs to get in some runs. The Chicken Champions will not be on the defense with them for the last one, so they're pushing it through. Right now, it is the Sunshine Soldiers and the Fish Fam up there, so they're doing their best to delay everyone. Sandy gets picked off by Tyler, and now Carnifex is chilling in the back on that rusted out car. Hand of Blood just barely avoids the shot. Oh. Saw the hitbox going through there. The Tracers finding a way through the window, but not enough as Dracius gets in. 2 more 10-point props also going over, and we're seeing, I think, a little bit closer of a score here, minus the fact that the Chicken Champions haven't shot yet.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. Neither have the Llama Company. The Llamas have not shot, went into the guard tower at all. You can tell because when we go to their POVs, they don't have any elims, so they have not taken a run yet.
Yes, excuse me, I misspoke that, meaning the Chicken Champions had already shot.
Oh,
the fact that they're already
yeah,
up
so
in the
they're
second.
doing great.
Llama needs to press on it. The only team who really has a definitive lead right now is the Chicken Champions. Effectively, they're up 30 points on the rest of the field because Cuddle Team and Llama Record Code both have to shoot next round.
Oh boy, so if they can't secure a big lead here in the last couple of seconds, if something can't get processed, oh, the poor Burger at the very end.
Burger did not get processed. We like it, never frozen there. Brilliantly done. Doesn't find it. Great work from coming out, and Carnifex doing a great job. Round 4 will begin. It's going to be the last match, and we're going to see what the line is going to be. Who is up in the tower? Who will be able to defend? And can they hold them off? Again, it's Llama Record Co. and the Cuddle Crew up there.
Go Taga.
It's already up there. And you can see the Chicken Champions were able to connect, so it's all about can a Little Whip and them catch up. They need a fantastic run, and they have to do everything to deny them. And you can see right away already tunneling in on those 10-point props.
Yeah, the Cuddle Crew cannot earn points. The Chicken Champions already have the lead. They just kind of continue to press on here. Llama Records are up at their run, but it still matters. There's so much on the line for depending on each game, right? Each game is worth so much. You still want to hold your placement regardless of what. This is still a fantastic game for all the teams in the top 3 right now.
And I mean, we saw the Ravens come up huge in their last match, pushing all the way from 7th into 3rd because of clutch last-minute decision-making. Right now, Little Whips are trying to do everything they can to catch up with the Chicken Champions and not deny them. Ninja still sticking with the water heater runs, trying to get as many of those in, but the Chicken Champions are still stretching out their lead. They have a 25-point lead, which means the Little Whip Warriors have to either start fast running with the 5-point props or switch to 10-point props. They cannot catch them doing a patient 5-point strategy right now. They won't have enough time with how good the Chicken Champions have been. They have been the prop masters so far.
Yes, they have. They were doing so good, and oh no, Ninja hits a huge spike there. He's trying to dodge, and he's so close to making it through. It's very, very close. Here comes a 10-pointer from Taldoc, sneaks it right in. That's great for the Little Whip Warriors. That's actually going to throw them over the Llama Record Company right there. Cuddle Crew actually is somehow up. Look, the Little Whip Warriors actually went to 2nd place now. They're so close to overthrowing the Chicken Champions as well.
It's going to come down to the last final moments. Can the Little Whip Warriors get the runs they need to? You can see Kaz is taking the corner route, trying to find whatever he can, and he's doing it very well so far. Avoiding the jump pads there. Pretty sure Ninja called those ones out on the run since he hit them on the last time. You can see they're only 20 points down. They're all on 5-point props right now. They will be able to do it, but all of a sudden, Fish Fam is right there as well. They're only 25 points up. Here comes a rotation on prop. 5 points will be coming across for the Little Whips. Fish Fam also getting it, but Cuddle Crew does finally get pushed up there. Brilliantly done. 15 points now separates them, but Ryan gets one in for the Tender Defenders, pushing it back up to 25 with only 30 seconds remaining. Rubius knows if he can get this water heater in, if he can be safe. Oh, apologies, hidden so well. He was the statue going on there. And as you can see, hits the jump pad, stays on the corner, will get it in. That's going to push them 30 points clear. But as I say that, Fish Fam catches right back up. 19 seconds.
That, and the trick is, don't tell them anybody, but the trick is to go in the corners. Like, no one is watching the corners. It's insane.
So no one is watching the corners. I hope all of your competitors did not hear you just say that. Now, he said that you were in charge of taking the big items. Does that put a little bit more pressure on you?
No, it's good. It works good, so.
So you guys have a ton of confidence now. You have won 2 games in a row. I'm so excited to see how you all perform in the rest of the day. Going into these next games, do you have anything you're going to change, or are you going to keep things the same?
We're just going to keep things the same, stay consistent, keep well ahead, play slow. That's really it. So.
And finally, just for you there on the end, I just want to talk a little bit about, you touched on the diversity of this group. Yeah. Now, I know you guys have really not played together much before. What has that been like, coming together, playing here with your teammates from all over the world?
It's amazing. I share these moments with my team, and the next mode, it's amazing. And bueno, this parkour. I think my team is very good in parkour, and I win. We win.
You guys are so confident. I love it. Hopefully that carries on into your next games. Congratulations again, guys. Thank you so much. Sundown, back
Can
to
I send
you.
some love to Twitch chat?
Oh,
Let's go.
Twitch chat. Twitch chat. There we go. No.
It's everywhere, man. Thanks for the plug out there, El Rubius. Fantastically well done. Love to everyone all over, no matter where you're watching, whether it's Fortnite.com/watch, on Twitch, on YouTube, in client, you're loading up all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for all of this and being here. Set 2 is done. It's wrapped up. But, I mean, we saw a big shift in the gameplay. We saw a lot of different changes going on, and it's going to be interesting to see what ends up converting into the golden games when we see a little bit of a remix on it. Not going to spoil any surprises. I know, it's fine, but I'm just curious to see who is able to then take their gameplay and enact it when you get to think on it, because you get to then process and be like, okay, we were this close. We were right there. If we had maybe like a little bit more aggressive, or like maybe if we were a little bit better on defending, or maybe one person picked a different lane, the result could have been different. And these guys have been so good at adapting to the circumstances that I have no doubt that the Chicken Champions aren't just going to comfortably sit on top.
Yeah, not only that, they gave away some strategies, so we'll see if Bala outside can, kind of break that down and see if he can give us a little more insight on everything.
Thank you so much, guys. The action is heating up. It's also heating up outside. Trying to cool off a little bit here at the Fan Festival, but awesome games of Junkyard Juke, and Chicken Champion seems to be racing away with this one. We're going to take a look at some of the moments from that last game and how they won. So here, first off, just having a good time in the front, and also maybe flexing a little bit their trophy that they may have just secured in terms of a llama. We'll find out that later. But their strategy the entire time, they said it before in the last game, they're just trying to go for the high points. They're just trying to score these, at least getting not those 2 points that Monster was advocating for, but go for the statues, go for the boilers, all those things that net you tons of points, and that's how they came out to a lead. Here it is again, them just cheering on. We have the reactions from the Chicken Champions on their win as well. Nice trophy lifts. Maybe they'll be doing that later on here. The statue using that to get above the opponent's vision, their field of view, so that they can't see, they can't hit their shots, and the reactions of the win. Just bliss as they win their second game there on Junkyard Juke. Absolutely amazing stuff, guys. I can't wait to see who's going to earn that and who's going to continue on towards their path to the Creative World Cup champions.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that in-depth analysis. Now, I know you guys want to see the standings. We want to see them as well. Unfortunately, there was a slight little hiccup. We want to make sure everything is right, because this is a huge moment for all of these guys up on that stage. So while we sort that out, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the standings after set 2 and then move into set 3, which is the world premiere, never before seen world run. So if you need to go do anything, go do it now. Take your bio breaks, take care of everything you need, and then we will be right back.
Hey, my name's Magma, and today I'm in New York because I qualified for week 4 of the creative trials for Godiga's map. I'm really looking forward to showing my skill set off and meeting all the players and showing everyone what I can do here. When it was first announced that there was going to be creative trials, I was really looking forward to it because it was all I did pretty much 24/7. I looked at it as an opportunity. I find after playing Battle Royale, when creative first came out and Scissors released his first death run, I just instantly sort of, took a liking to it, and I enjoyed playing it. And I guess from there afterwards, when I found there was money involved with doing death runs and stuff, that sort of caught me and caught my attention, and I started playing more. So with my team, my captain is Godiga. He's a French content creator, and my teammates are Chaps and Ardia. I think we can do really well at the Creative World Cup. I think our team has a good combination of the death run skills, but also the shooting and building and the good chemistry we have in the team. I think it can really make our team do well. I'm Magma, and my team, Raven's Revenge, is going to do really good in the World Cup, and we're going to smash the rest of the competition because we have the Battle Royale skills, building, death run, we have it all.
I am here in the production pit. I am in engineering row right now. I am joined by my friend Peyton, and he does the robotics. Let's talk a little bit about that. What do you do specifically here?
We have a bunch of robotic cameras around the arena that we shoot different angles from, and we're able to pick up shots of the players that are playing the game. We also do a lot of crowd shots, so we're able to shoot the audience and get some really great reacts for both the stream and for the front of house feeds that go up on the screens.
Well, you guys heard it. If you're out in the crowd this weekend here live for the Fortnite World Cup, show us some energy because Peyton is going to be looking for your reactions, and you could end up on stream.
Do you want to play with it, see how it goes?
Of course I do. That's not even a question. Like, I'm so into this right now. This is amazing.
I'm Scarlett. I've come from Japan. I'm happy and excited to be playing with so many players that I've seen on the internet. My favorite place to drop is Fatal Fields. If I win the Fortnite World Cup, first I want to buy a house, and then I'm going to eat a lot of food.
So heavy. World Cup 本戦.
I'm definitely going to win the Fortnite World Cup, so keep cheering for me.
Hi, I'm Fortnite and I'm here to compete in the Creative World Cup. I competed in most of the trials and was really excited when they announced the bonus weeks after the original 5 were over. And I competed in the Jadith 100 level map and I had to speedrun 100 levels as quickly as I could. I really enjoyed like all the different styles of maps and death runs that there are, and I really enjoy speedrunning them and trying to get as good as time as I can. The moment I found out that I qualified, it was just insane, and I wasn't sure if I was going to before that, and it was just crazy that I am here. And Fortnite and the Sunshine Soldiers are going to win because we have 2 captains, so we're twice as good.
What is going on? We're getting some good practice here for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals happening very, very soon. A lot of first thoughts, first looks at the Sky Station Showdown, which is an incredible map.
It was a great map. I mean, it mixes a huge new element into the game. You know, you got to protect the person with a sword, capture the objective, but my team, great teamwork, and, you know, we kind of pulled through at the end there. It was awesome.
1,000%. You know, so being able to kind of get your hands on the map, you know, before, obviously, the big moment.
Practicing, it's nice.
It's huge. It's huge. And so, like you said a second ago, this is a brand new way of viewing Fortnite and playing Fortnite, which is incredible.
Exactly. It's super exciting. See what people come up with, and then also turning it into a competitive aspect and put it in the game and make this tournament, so.
It's amazing. So any general kind of thoughts, concerns maybe about strategy? I don't know.
You know, I think we won, so we know the strategy.
All right, listen, this is practice still. We've got the big moment coming up very soon, but do you want to shout out your team real quick?
Yeah, no, we've got some speedrunners in our midst, actually. We've got Tyler, we've got Zand, and Suzu. They are all speedrunners of death runs. And as you know, later in the Creative Cup, there's going to be a death run involved level, so we're going to take that one home, too.
Inspired by the creative man, Scissors himself has made many a streamer, many a content creator very angry with a death run, myself included. Great job with the practice round. We'll see you very soon.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite World Cup Finals. We are here in day number 1 where the creative finals are going down. The stadium is jam-packed with fans from around the world who have traveled here not only to watch us crown World Cup Creative Finals champions, but also solo and duo champions as well. I'm Zeke, this guy right here is Bala, and we're getting ready to hop back into all of the action. Now, I think, we've seen a little bit of the first two game modes. We got to see a little bit of the Sky Station Showdown. We got to see a little bit of that Junkyard Juke, but there's actually something that Sundown teased, and that is the World Run.
Yep. The World Run coming up next. It is an awesome, it's something that I think a lot of these players are used to.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be very, very comfortable here. We'll have to see whether the challenge of the obstacle course will be, anything that these guys can balk at, or if they're going to be able to just cruise through it. We'll see. It's going to be fun, though.
Well, it's going to be really interesting, right? A lot of these players are very familiar with death runs, and it's very, mechanical, right?
Yep.
If you know how to execute, you can get through these obstacles, but you have to kind of get your eyes on them first, figure out how they work, and then make it through. So I think it's going to be very interesting, very fun for everyone here, and all the players as well. I'm hoping to see someone make it to the end. I don't know that anyone will, though. We'll
there's
see.
30 coins, and from what we've seen in practice between us and other people, it's very difficult, so we'll see. We'll hop into the overview and stuff like that later, but just to give some examples of the things that there are, there's the trap, trying to trigger them, making sure you move. Impulse grenades are in play in this. There's some lava, all sorts of treacherous things you have to get across in this world run.
A lot of Neo jumps as well. And again, massive shout out to the 17 content creators that helped put these maps together. Mad props to you. Their hard work is being shown here on the stage. And these guys are at home, here, of course, playing it as well. In case, you guys forgot, I'm Zeke. This guy right here is Bala. We're getting ready to jump into these next few matches. We'll get you guys up to speed with all the format and all those things. You kind of tease it, but we'll get there in just a moment. And very quickly, the Chicken Champions were actually the winners for set number 2, Junkyard Juke. Let's take a look at them right now. They were overall victorious of that last set, and there you go. The Tender Defender is there in person to congratulate them, Bala. Rubius and his team, they worked hard for it, and they are the victors.
Yeah, and warming up for the next run, but they know now they earned the Silver Llama for that set, so it's 1-1. Woo! Chicken Champions earning their Silver Llama right now. They're surprised because they were getting ready, but here it is.
Rubius is like, wait, do I actually get that? Is that actually mine? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, they are the current set winners. They have a Silver Llama for themselves. So that's now 2 different teams that have a Silver Llama. With only a few set matches left to go, I believe, if the Chicken Champions can secure themselves a second Llama, that would be huge for them and their team, but we'll have to see how things go for them.
And the timing of the Silver Llama couldn't come earlier because they're about to hop in. This is definitely a booster for them in terms of their emotions, in terms of their confidence going into the World Run, because it is precise, it is difficult. You have to make sure that you hit it, otherwise you're wasting time. It's going to be a race between these guys to get as far in as possible, so that confidence boost is going to help dramatically in this last normal set here.
Yeah, for sure, and it is actually a race, the World Run. It is similar to a death run with a bunch of obstacles. Let's go ahead and talk about that and everything that surrounds it. So there's actually 30 coins in the map. Whichever team gets all 30, the fastest or as many as possible until time runs out, will be the victor for that round set. Like I said, these are insanely difficult obstacles. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be forthcoming. I'm going to be vulnerable with you, the Fortnite fan. Listen. The farthest I got was 14.
It's not bad.
Okay. It's actually really difficult, and I'm by no means a death runner. By
These
no
guys
means.
are the best of the best.
These guys are going to fly.
In terms of death runner, in terms of this map specifically, it's going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of those obstacles right now. So go ahead.
We're going around the world in this new creative team, Death Run. In this challenging new creative game, 8 teams of 4, led by some of your favorite content creators from around the world, will compete to collect all the coins in their lane faster than everyone else. The first team to collect all coins in their lane wins. If they don't finish, the number of coins they collect will determine their placement. If a player is eliminated, they'll respawn at their most recent checkpoint. Any team member can grab a coin for their team, so players will have to work strategically to gather all of the coins before the 10-minute timer runs out. It might sound simple, but it ain't easy. Players have no mats and limited items they can pick up along the way. Each team will have to use teamwork, communication, smarts, and speed to make it to the top of the leaderboard and take home their piece of the $3 million creative prize pool. Ready, set, run!
Zeke, I do not know how you just did that while you were here. That did not sound like you here at all, and I didn't see your mouth move.
I'm magic. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. But yeah, World Run, you got a little bit of sneak peek there. We're getting ready to hop into these games right now. Speaking of which, let's just go ahead and do that. I think this is going to be very, very fun. We are getting ready. If you guys here in the stadium are ready and excited, let these teams hear it. Let's hear you right now. Man, that's so weak. No. Okay, let's pretend the first one never happened. Like I was saying, if you guys want to let these teams know how you're feeling, let them hear it! Yeah! That's what I like to see. And now the game begins. Here we go, the world premiere of the World Run.
See how they do out of the gates. They are open now, and it's all up to these guys to start hitting their first jumps, and people are falling left and right. A couple of first coins are taken, and everybody seems to be off to a hot start. This is really like off to the races here.
Man, Turtle and Zand are already flying through these first set of challenges. Again, you know, these are the very, very top of the best of the best of the creative world, right? They've worked all 8 qualifier weeks long. They've made it through with their team captains, and now they're here. So once they figure out these obstacles, be prepared to watch them fly through them.
And the first couple are relatively simple. Here's the double doors. I think are probably the first one that you have to kind of know or see it in advance. And then here, the impulse jump into the tire, into the castle, and 3 players have already made it all the way there. It's neck and neck between most teams right now, 10-8.
Bro, I'm so mad. Do you understand? I literally had to play this to completion, all 12-minute rounds, 4 times to make it halfway, which this is the castle. And these guys got it in like 3 minutes. I'm upset.
Oh, this is why they're the World Cup creative players, and you are not. You're here casting.
That's cool. I'll hold that L, I suppose. I'll hold that for sure. So there's a few challenges here in the castle here, Bala. But as you saw there, Karora actually took a little peek at it. There's these little bumpers, and that'll actually send you upward into the next, basically, tier. So the most optimal strategy here is actually to leave two of your teammates behind, send 2 up to try and gather more coins faster. Because otherwise, you're just going to dedicate too much time, and you really want to maximize your time in this World Run.
And there's definitely a couple coins that you want to get as fast as possible through here. They're trying to get the half slides through with the chiller traps. Right now, nobody seems to have figured it out just yet, at least in the view that we're watching. But meanwhile, the Fish Fam and the Sunshine Soldiers are up to 13 now, but still neck and neck. I believe all teams are now inside of the castle, and we call this basically the first kind of tier of the difficulty for these obstacles. As they move up and go past this, they will become progressively harder.
Yeah. And again, this is the first time these creative players, qualifiers, have seen the World Run. They've never seen it before. They have just, you know, they are mad. Their skills are insane. And look at this. Taldeck's already up on the next tier. So he's probably telling his teammates, all right, look, up here, I just use this bumper. What do I have to do? So he's already trying to figure it out. I like it. That's not me. The moment I hit that pad, I was like, I guess I just keep moving forward, and I kept running.
I love this experimentation. He's actually also communicating back to his teammate at the same time, because he went over that bumper and he's looking, do I have an opportunity to go back here, or is this it? Do I have to go forward? Just like you were alluding to before. And now he decides, okay, he tells exactly what's going on to his teammates, Ninja, Kaz, and company, and they move forward. Alex JJ, though, is off to really the races. He's way ahead of everybody else, I think. But no, there's a Raven's Revenge. No, it's Svenos. It's his teammate. They're moving.
Yeah. They are moving. So what's tricky about that last jump there is those little directional pads will give you forward momentum, but in jumping you lose some of it. So you actually have to make it in a straight run. There you have to trigger the trap, get the impulse to make that precise jump, land on the other side, trigger the trap in one fail swoop, while also taking a step back to keep yourself safe. Now there is a little few secret ways to kind of trigger certain traps or get around certain obstacles. We'll have to see if these players discover them. But like you said, man, Svenos is destroying the game right now.
Just unbelievable. And this isn't even a team that qualified from a death run or elimination run or even a speed run. They qualified from a survival map. And he's doing things like this. He is leading the pack. There's a Fish Fam up ahead of him, though.
Yep.
They're not hitting this just yet. This is so precise. You have to change the altitude. Is he going to hit it? No. Second try. Here's Suzo.
Here we go. First jump. Now this is the impulse you want to send you a little bit forward. Now this is one where you want to get height. You got to throw it, try to get on top of it.
No! Just barely, Suzo. And he's at 21 points right now in third in terms of coins. And it's all up to timing, I think. Zeke, we might see this end in the first match here. In the first round, they might end up completing everything because they still got 5 minutes to go.
Well, we'll see, Bala, because here's the thing. That obstacle there is called the ice jump. But this next one that Fortnite is at, we call this the double danger. Let's just look at this real fast. This is really tricky.
He already knows.
He's already downloaded. He already knows what must be done. So you actually have to double hop, double bunny hop, land on the edge, take a step back, trigger the trap without being eliminated, right? Then you can walk up this small ramp. Then, depending on how you want to go about it, you can just go forward. Yes. He actually makes... Okay, I'm upset.
Third try.
I'm leaving. I'm done.
Fortnite.
And he gets the coin in one swoop. Oh, my...
But one thing, we have to look at the scores right now. 5 minutes to go. Fish Fam is at 26. They only have 4 coins remaining. But everybody else is starting to fall behind. We're starting to see the Fish Fam come way out above here of the rest of them. That's because they probably have the majority of their players through. The majority of the players are collecting those coins. There's Fortnite. He makes it through the double danger, collects the coin. Now, what do you do from here? They get up.
Man, this guy is absolutely insane.
There it is.
And you know, for Fortnite, it's funny because he's just excited about being here, able to compete on the stage in front of thousands of people and all of his peers. And bro, he is just slaying it right now. Oh, you gotta be careful. Okay, all right, yep. Everything's fine. Now you gotta make the jump. You got the one hop. You gotta be careful.
That is...
Gotcha!
That is
trap, baby!
That is the first time I've seen that. I've seen the theory. I mean, I've heard it theorized, but I haven't seen that yet. But Fish Fam, I was wondering. It's Scissors and company. 26 points. They're not at the same point that the Sunshine Soldiers are at, but they're at 26 total, the entire team. They have clearly synergized with Scissors here, but looks to be that even the Ravens' Revenge are stuck at 26, so this might be a difficult one to get past.
Yeah, this one, so the tricky bit about this one is there's actually no checkpoint in between here. It's where you need to get to. That's what makes the double danger that double dangerousness. 26 points across, and there's only about 3 minutes left, so these guys really have to focus up, try to get through. Now, the key thing going forward is, again, this is a test of speed, right? So a lot of these players are seeing the traps, they're making it through, memorizing kind of what they have to be doing to make it through these obstacles. Zan's already through. And that means when they get to come through next time, it's going to be that much faster, right? They're going to be just tearing through all of these obstacles like they're nothing. Hand of Blood, Lachlan, here we go.
Two team captains. Hey, this is important too because they still have coins to earn on their own.
Right.
They're all the way in the back. They're not earning the coins. They're not helping their team out in front, trying to figure out the obstacles. But two captains back there. Ooh.
Okay. All right. Trigger the other one. Yes. All right. Land on it. Trigger that one. Dude.
Is he gonna get it? Nice dodge. Ooh. This is insane right now, and there's the second player to make it through for Turtle. Into the door, no!
Nope, and look, you drop back down. So that's the challenging part. We call this thread the needle, right? You have to make it in one go. This is extremely difficult, and this is where a lot of these players are going to get caught up. But Turtle is a legend. Look at how methodical he is. He's insane. Look at these the precision jumps, man.
He's not going to miss this ever again because he already knows that trap, unfortunately, was timed at the wrong time for Clytax, but he's up above. Let's see what he can do here, going to try and attempt this again. Trap above. When he lands on that, he has to jump at the right moment, then slow himself down for Turtle from up above. Still back. Nobody has passed this point just yet.
All right, first trap, second trap. Hop across, take a step back.
Nice.
Jump across, take another step back. Okay. He was trying to be a little greedy there. I respect it. You know, you sometimes just want to land on that without having to kind of hop back out and kind of just risking that. So it's good that, well, it's not good. It's bad that he messed it up, but it's okay. This is Turtle. He's an MVP. We're watching him.
This is crazy that it comes down to this. There's a minute and 30 seconds about to figure this out. He got up here before, and he didn't make it through the door. He's not going to make it again. Unfortunately, everybody is hard stuck at 27 coins with 1 minute left. I believe whoever is going to be the first to make it through here might find themselves the first winners on the world run. 1 minute left.
got to be thinking, are they saying Raven's Revenge? Wait, they just got the 28th coin. They might be through Thread the Needle. Next up would be, I believe, bump jumps.
He did get through. We saw the end results up there. Made it through the door.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, nice catching yourself. All right, you got to trigger the trap.
That boost pad on the side. It's just disappointment and frustration in his face. Ooh. If he wants to secure this, he needs to try to get one more coin in the next 30 seconds because I think Fort Turtle is going to be able to catch up. Here's the jump.
Right. This is the first time we're going to see this. 25 seconds. Okay. So this is where you risk it all, man. This is it, the leap of faith. Watch these precision jumps. We've got 18 seconds left on them. So these are these Neo jumps, right? You jump out and around, keeping that momentum.
10 seconds left here. One coin remaining for the Ravens Revenge to find. He just got to get around that corner. I don't know if he's going to be able to climb these staircases just now. No, he's given up. He says no. Everybody else is left in the dust. Ravens Revenge take the first world run with 29 coins. Not quite finishing the map, but I believe next time they might.
And these legendary birds of the sky, they made it all the way up there, man. They were on the leap of faith, that last little section there. They had 29 coins, and if they had made it up, especially if they made even just 2 people up there, they could have been kind of starting a rotation, right? You jump first, see how far you can make, I will follow. But the big key for them is now they know what every single relay is, right? So going into this next round, they can say, we know what we have to do. Don't forget, make this precision jump here, do these little things to try and get through. And that could prove to be a very good advantage for them.
Yeah, and they don't have the Silver Llama yet. They don't have anything in terms of Llama, so this is important. Any of those teams that don't have a Llama right now, they need to earn it if they want to be in contention towards those golden games. Of course, every match matters, Zeke. They are earning prizes every single match.
And that's got to feel good, right, to have a stellar game here to get some of that prize pool for yourself and your team. That's huge, right? Like, so much respect to these. Also, Turtle, what the heck?
Yeah.
What is this kid on?
Yeah. Ridiculous. He was one of the first to achieve every single obstacle every single time. Finally, he got stuck on that one at the end. I don't know what you were calling it. It was a nice twist of the tongue, but just amazing there from Fort Turtle to be the first every single time and then getting overtaken at the end. But, you know, next time, he knows it now. He's probably going to be the fastest to get ahead of everybody because he knows it all now. And you saw how mechanically good he was once he figured out the obstacle. So I think all signs are pointing towards another Fort Turtle performance like that.
I mean, like you said, he's downloaded it all, right? He's got it up here, and now he's put it down on paper. I mean, again, though, Ravens Revenge have got a little bit of that advantage, right? They've seen the other plays. I think the big thing, though, is trying to get more of your teammates through to the challenges, right? Like, it's very difficult to try and get all 4, you know, in one fell swoop, Raven pun. But if you can make it, even just that second person, like the moment you start to miss a jump, you're like, all right, I'm going to be eliminated, just go forward. And maybe that person sees where you went wrong and is like, okay, I can make the jump, and then they go forward, right? And then you're just kind of constantly logging through, getting more coins, and getting where you need to be. Yeah, and there was also an aspect of covering for others as they made it through, especially as that castle point happened. We saw Lachlan and Hand of Blood, the 2 team captains, all the way back in the back, but their teams were still up there because they were covering for them, they were getting those coins. But next time, they definitely need to be trying to make the effort to get all the way through and collect those coins as time progresses. Yeah, for sure. You know, I think what would be only fitting is to hear from one of these teams. Specifically, I want to hone in on the Cuddle Crew. We've got none other than Monster standing by with them to hear their thoughts.
What happened here? Okay, yeah.
All right, so here you have it, Lachlan. I know, I've heard from the grapevine, these guys and yourself actually qualified for the creative finals through a death run. And boy, oh boy, I just got to know what happened here. How did this translate? This is a death run. What happened, Lachlan?
Look, the qualifying map was a bit of a puzzle death run, so, you know, they had time to work with it. It was our first attempt running through, so it was a bit rough. I don't know if you guys caught me sitting on like an impulse level for like 10 minutes, but that was fun. So we're not going to do that this time. Clytak's over here. He's our designated carry, so hopefully he can carry us harder in the next round, and yeah.
I hear that, I hear that. So now I gotta come this way. Lachlan is dependent on you guys. What was going on? Was the death run, did it catch you by surprise, or was it just certain tricky moments that kind of choked you up and had you hung up there?
Yeah, I was a bit of confused in the castle because I didn't know where to go. And then the impulse jump at the beginning, it just messed me up a bit. and at the end, I didn't know where to go. It's just a bit confusing.
And I have one more question here. So you guys have not seen the Def Run prior to this. Do you think that kind of held you back? And if you have another run at it, which you will, do you guys think that second time around you'll kind of have the strategies down pat? And I'm going to come down here with this.
Yeah, I think that the first time around is always the hardest because, you know, you're kind of going into this environment, you don't know where to go. But the second time around, I think we'll be a little bit stronger and hopefully we get better time.
Absolutely, I bet it. So once again, this is the creative finals here. You guys, like I said, Lachlan pulled through with the puzzle Def Runs, but just showing the difference here. So we're going to send it back up to you guys at the desk. And again, thank you.
You know, Lachlan, you are good at many things, but apparently you're showing the world you're not the great at impulses. But it's okay. You're going to have another shot and showing them that the original thought we had is wrong, because I know you can do this. I know you can. We had a chance to talk earlier, and you're like, bro, I'm the best. And I was like, I know that. Show everyone that. You just got to show them, Bala.
You know what else we're going to show them? We're going to show them the standings after that first game in this set right now. Who ended up where in terms of the